Can't help it. Fast one. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Nationality. Hello. Oh, why am I? That's crazy. How do I get this? That's hopefully. What's this? Going? What the heck is happening? Gosh. Oh, what's that? What is happening? Me and this is weird. How do I do this? Okay. 2 seconds. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear? Why is it doing that? So can you hear something? Mom, no. Can you? Can you hear?
Yeah. Talk.
Talk. See, I'm not supposed to, and I can hear myself. That's weird. Okay. You you hear echo. I'm finally ready. Why won't it? Okay, here we go. Now my background is blurred. What the hell? Oh, okay, let me blur myself. Okay. Woo, child. Okay, that's crazy. I didn't know. I didn't know. Did not know. Okay, so welcome to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. Listen, I wanted to come on here and talk about these Real Housewives of Atlanta. Am I on mute again? Hold on. Am I muted? Hello, am I muted? I'm about to pull you up when I finish the intro. All right, bye. That's my little sis. So like I said, we're gonna talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're gonna recap this last episode. This is season 16, episode 4 or 3. Y'all know which one. I think it's 4. I think it's 4. But at any rate, let's talk about it. We're gonna bring Carmen up because we want Carmen to give us her take.
She like Wendy Williams, but better.
Oh, me?
Ah! I was on the phone.
Clearly. Well, welcome to Chanel's Reality, Carmen, or Columbia, whatever it is
Or
that you
you can
call it.
listen. Welcome, Columbia. You can say Frankie.
Oh, Frankie, welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna go down this list of stuff about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you can just kind of chime in and let me know what your thoughts are on the scenes. Okay, you
Okay,
ready?
got you.
Okay, so I have to go back a little bit because last year, when there was a big controversy surrounding Kenya Moore regarding this lady Brit Edie, I think that's her last name, and there was this big blow up because allegedly Kenya had some sort of pictures or video allegedly of this new cast member Brit Edie, and allegedly she showed it all to these people that came to the opening of her hair spa. I think it's called Kenya Moore Hair Spa or something like that in Atlanta. Um, so at some point, Bravo got wind of this, and then they was just kind of like they gave her walking papers. Now, the entire time, Kenya maintained that I didn't do that because everybody, I call what Kenya did revenge P, because if you have someone else's like pictures, photos, videos, whatever it is of them naked or partially naked or in the acts of some sort of sexual, escapade, if you even make a electronic version of it and then you post it without their consent, then that's considered revenge P. It goes different, excuse me, in different states, but that's really the reason that Kenya got terminated, is my understanding. So this episode that we're going to recap, Brit for some reason doesn't like Kenya. I don't think Brit liked Kenya from the beginning. Um, but because in this
He
episode,
wanted to.
hey Ada, but I think in this episode she really okay, so they showed the background at the end. They showed Kenya, and that's at the end at the vault, or I think it's called the vault or something like that. They show at the end where Brit is basically saying something to Kenya about using a weapon or something like that. She's talking a whole bunch of hot shit. So Kenya said, I will be, I think last year she said, I will be vindicated in some capacity. I happen to agree with her because I was rocking really with Miss Edie from the jump, because I was just kind of like, it's her first season. She's trying to get to know the people or whatever. I don't understand why she has a bone to pick with Kenya, but we'll get into that later. So I just want to give like a brief recap of it because I do think that I feel like Kenya needs a what is it called? A confessional. I feel like Kenya should be at the reunion so that she can combat what Edie said about her. And I really don't, the part that I really don't understand is Carmen. Mute yourself, sis.
Huh?
I said mute yourself because I don't know what you got going on.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, you're okay. Um, so what I don't what is perplexing to me regarding the revenge P is that all this time since last year, Brit has maintained that she didn't say anything about a weapon, and that's a lie. And then for them to come and show us the receipts, now I can't believe nothing you say from here on. It's like you're Drew at this point. Anything you say is going to be used against you. No, I'm playing. But anything you say is not believable because they showed us the proof. Now, Bravo, come to the front. Andy and all your little minions, come to the front. I agree with showing these receipts for Brit Edie to vindicate Kenya. But what I'm gonna need you to do as well is show everything that Kenya did as well. We need to see all of it. We need to see both sides of it. And I don't understand, Bravo, Andy, why y'all didn't come to the front at the beginning and say Brit did say that. That's on camera. She was on mic. I don't understand why they didn't do that because they let us for almost a year all think that Kenya did this really horrific thing to this lady unprovoked. That was the narrative. It was like she didn't do anything to her, and Kenya's just being Kenya, being a bully. Because I know I was the one on the internet saying, "Yep, Kenya's a bully. I ain't never liked her ass." I was definitely team Brit. But I don't know. Do you think that Kenya should come back, given what you've heard on the videotape, Carmen?
I do. I think he should come back because this whole season is going to be about that. After
Mhm.
I literally rewinded the television like 3 or 4 times because right after she said something about a pistol, they started
Mhm.
showing like the caption on the screen.
Mhm.
But I kept saying, man, it sounds like this bitch saying something that she got a pistol. I rewinded again.
Oh,
And then
shit.
I said, maybe let me go back a little further. They didn't show that right after she said pistol. Immediately they start showing the words on the screen, but they never showed that part. So I let it play through. I said,
Really?
maybe I need to go back and listen later.
I
After that, she continued to talk about her pistol.
I know. I'm
And,
like, girl,
and then her girlfriend slash her husband, he came and he say, yeah, good
Carmen,
morning.
yes.
And then he turned into her assistant and he started taking off the equipment. I'm like, hold up, wait.
Oh shit.
How many times she gonna talk about this pistol before she think I'm on camera? This is really a
Yeah.
threat because it's already a hostile environment. And the
Mm-hmm.
only reason you would bring up a pistol is to intimidate her at this point. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even that type of situation. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm Team Brit in that argument specifically for the
Mm-hmm.
simple fact that girl, from what we saw,
Mm-hmm.
from what Bravo showed,
Mm-hmm.
the girl was literally asking a question that somebody wrote,
Right.
right? Kenya, you jumped the gun when you called that girl a peasant. I would have popped you in your shit.
What?
And Brit was ready to take it there. And like I say, the reason why she kept talking about her pistol is because she was ready to fight. If you want to fight that much, you should have just went with your move
Mm-hmm.
and left that pistol shit out of there.
Yep, I agree.
Because Bravo, why didn't that part make the headlines?
That's what I'm saying. So it seems like, from what I remember, it did make the headlines, but it wasn't like it came from Bravo. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it was like you say, okay, so I feel that the girl brought up the pistol. If you want to look at the headlines, her
Mm-hmm.
talking about a pistol, I didn't hear or see any of that until after they put out what King had done to her. I
Oh.
don't know. So it's like, oh, because Kenya did this, she got me want to harm her with a pistol. Nah, you threatened this girl with a pistol, and then she put out some shit you did.
That right. That part.
Okay, and so on top of that, I don't know if they're gonna show her favoritism because she looked like Nicki Minaj because we all see that
That's
shit. She looked like Nicki.
true. Okay.
She looked like Nicki, and she kind of almost talked like her.
Listen, no Nicki Minaj slander. Go ahead, I'm listening.
No,
Mhm.
it's not slander, even though I don't know.
I'm joking. But I
But
think I saw someone wrote that somewhere. I was just like,
she
does she look like
definitely do. When I first saw her, I'm like, is this supposed to be the little sister? Because you know Nikki's supposed to have a little sister who's
does she?
happy now. Yeah. But she doesn't talk about her little sister from my understanding.
I never knew that. All I know is she had a pedo boy.
Biological, they look alike.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. That's interesting. But I 100% agree with you because the Brit story, well, I'm trying to remember which came first, the chicken or the egg. It seems like Kenya's part came first, and then they said Kenya did that because of this no, because Kenya of what Brit was saying. Well, at that vault meeting or whatever that dinner was, and they did, like you said, they took it and made it seem as though Kenya was just doing this for no reason, and then it's like, well, and then nobody ever came back and said, yeah, she did this, Kenya did this only because this lady really tried her. They made it seem like they minimized it. They made it seem like, okay, well, she's just doing this and they're just having a back and forth, which we expect them to do. You know what I'm saying? On the show, we expect them to have a back and forth. But I just feel a way because it feels very, what's the right word? Manipulative of your audience, and
Yeah, they definitely did that.
it's going to happen, but I don't think you should do that at the expense of your workers, the people you pay, if it's not warranted. You know what I'm
The
saying?
king has been there for years. Like, why y'all want to do her like that?
I feel like when they do stuff like that, it's because they really want you gone. But I don't understand how they could possibly want that because to me, Kenya's good TV. I can't stand Kenya ass. I think she's a bully. I think she's mean spirited and a whole bunch of other things. But at the end of the day, she's good TV. Just like to me, Nene was good TV. Even this new girl, what's her name? The one that the husband is like apparently abusive or allegedly abusive or something. What's her name? The one with the pancaker.
Kelly,
Kelly. I like Kelly. I'm here for every
that's
second.
my girl.
Right. I love Kelly. I'm here for every second of the game. Hey, Marcus. That's my
Kelly walking around with her fucking security, yo.
Who? Who's walking around with security?
Kelly, she walking around with her security.
Oh, because of her crazy husband. She should.
Yeah.
If you big and bad enough to tell that lady you gonna unalive her in the court.
Oh yeah, at the court.
Like you outside of your mind. So I can't imagine what she actually went through in real life. And so because of that, because she made that statement, that confirmed to me when she said in like the confessional, she was just like, I deserve an Oscar for how good I made my marriage look. I'm like, if that's what's going on, sis, that you got a restraining order against this man, and
Oh, that's our Marcus.
yeah, and A-Dub, I think they moderator on Drip, yeah. But yeah. So anyway, let's just get into the episode. Let's see. Who did I write that I want to talk about first? Porsha. You want to talk about Porsha? Let's see. So I'm of the opinion that I don't even know I don't know if we need Kenya anymore, even though I think she's good for TV. I feel like I like these girls. They're bringing. You do? Why do you think that?
I think we need Kenya because Kenya always got her gun cocked.
At all times.
She that bitch. Like she always got her gun cocked. Even when she like consoling you. It's like she's waiting on any moment and she gonna bang bang pow pow.
And it's over. Kenya said a long time ago, don't come for me unless I send for you.
Unless I send for you, boo.
Yeah, I agree. So I didn't write this in order, but so I'm gonna go to Porsha. So when they were at the vault having dinner or whatever it was, and sidebar, that place they were in, the vault, I remember the Angela lady saying, I wanted to take them somewhere and it's a really nice place, but it's quote unquote in the hood. They don't want to get out of the hood. But I feel like that's a top-notch
the bank.
Yeah. It's called the bank or okay.
So it's the vault, but the vault is in the bank.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. So, but at any rate, it looks like a place I would enjoy. So yeah, bring me on over here to Buckhead. No, Buckhead's a good place. I
Check
don't know.
me in.
Check you in.
Check me in. Count me down.
Okay, so to me, what did you think about Shamia? Okay, so Shamia, while they were sitting having dinner or whatever it is, Shamia pulls out her device, which I really wish she would have had one of those like speaker things so that we could hear it better. Because I think she was doing it on her phone. It was like
Yeah.
I didn't think that was great. But so I like the song. I did. I probably will get it on iTunes if it comes out on iTunes because I did like the song. But everybody was basically big upping, Shamia. And then here's her bestie, who is just 17 times over here. Like, I don't think that's Shamia. I don't think that's Shamia. No, that's not Shamia. I
She
know her
didn't
voice.
even say she don't think. She's straight in. It was to the point where you are insisting that
Right.
that is Drew Sidora. You insisting.
And why are you doing that? That's your bestie.
It was very disrespectful to both of them. And
Exactly.
Shamia even said it, Porsha, you know what my voice sounds like.
Right. But why do I have to?
And you still saying that's Drew. Then you went in your fucking confessional, bitch, and you said it sounded like Drew. Bitch, what you really insinuating? Like, you can't get mad because you got pulled on you, period. Because that's all that happened. And Dennis ain't your husband. Bitch,
right.
you went and took your partner husband. Bitch,
Right.
Dennis is just your baby daddy, a hot dog nigga, a hoe at that. You a hoe.
Listen, these are the facts and they're undisputed. The whole asshole. I'm just saying.
How
Like,
you gonna get mad at a hoe for being a hoe when you a hoe being a hoe?
but you know what? That's the hypocritical part about it, right? Kenya didn't even want to come. I mean, not Kenya. Porsha didn't even want to come back the season she started dating her coworker's husband. She didn't want to come back because she knew the audience was going to drag her for filth, and Kenya face to face was going to drag her for all the filth that she is. So then she traveled off with this dude, and now she wants to do this whole this was so hard, and I never knew, and this, that, and the third. It's like, girl, stop. You didn't give a shit about none of that. What did she tell Candy at that table when Candy was like, you need to be careful, about this person or that person? And she's like, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about anybody in his past. And that just goes to show you that it's only about money. But she was doing that with Dennis, the baby daddy. So I was sitting there during the scene and I was just like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is running through your mind? And I think this is what I think Porsha feels internally. Portia's probably what people maybe consider prettier, which I think Shamia is gorgeous personally from head to toe. But I think she feels like at this point that they're equals, right? But Kenya, I mean,
She's gonna try to dim that girl light, and I
that's
can
what I'm saying.
already see it.
But I think she feels like that now Bravo has made Shamia her equal. And in Portia's mind, she ain't my equal. I'm the baddest bitch on this show. I'm the last of the Mohicans. I'm the only one left since Kenya's not technically on the show in that way. And they begged me to come back. I'm sure this is what Porsha is thinking to herself. And she's just, to me, one of those girls that can't be happy for you. And it really kind of she really showed us, to me, exactly who she was a few years back at Shamia's what is it called, her engagement shower or something like that. I think it was just kind of like, yeah, I can't go to your wedding that's in Africa because I have some sort of health condition that won't allow me to lay down or stay on a hey, Radiance, that's my other boo, come through. You better get yourself on this live right now. Okay, we have stuff to talk about. Now, I love me some Radiance Worldwide. Yeah, hit that link so you can come up here because I really want to know what you think about this. But yeah, it's just kind of like it was giving. It's like, oh God, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I got like excited about her. What was I saying?
Oh,
Oh,
Portia was saying she got a health condition.
so
She couldn't go to her friend's wedding.
right. So she didn't come to. I still don't know if she actually went to Shamia's wedding. I'm still not sure about that. But what kind of audacity do you have to not come to your best friend's wedding? Your alleged best friend. That was, to me, strike two, and that's all it would have took for me. Because strike one was back when Porsha was buddy with
Nah, Porsha is one of those people, and I see it in her all the time from what I have, because I'm not locked in like you,
Mhm.
but Porsha, one of them people like, oh, that's good for you as long as it's good for you down there. Like, I don't want you coming close to being as happy as I am or happier than I am. But as long as you okay, like, I don't mind seeing you doing good, just not better than me.
Exactly. That's my point exactly. She doesn't so and especially
And
now.
she ain't held a man yet.
I know.
Like, none of them old hoes can keep a man. They just keep men around with money. That's it. And I watch all these hoes do the same shit. Y'all stay getting a nigga with money every now and then. Y'all get a ring to go pawn. Like,
Shout out to JD. Thank you for joining the chat. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Carmen. I'm sorry.
yeah, but y'all just don't. Y'all can't keep no man. Like, I don't know. I That's what make me not want to get the whole BBL shit, because it be them who can't keep a man. I'm just saying.
Drip be over there on his channel talking about they they got what did he say? They got the butt part, but forgot what did he say? The butt with no thighs package or some shit like that. He said,
No thighs. Baby, them thighs is necessary.
girl.
You didn't know?
Yeah. So anyway, I think, but this is what I think too about Porsha. The reason that the guys she can't keep a man, because I personally feel, I could be wrong about this, but I personally feel is because Porsha lacks substance. He doesn't have. That's why when her husband and they got, well, not got divorced, but when they first filed for divorce and they were going back and forth on the internet, that's why he was kind of like, he said something about like, you can't expect, and I'm paraphrasing, you can't expect so much or too much from a person who thinks there's 275 days in a year or some shit like that. Because Porsha said that, I think her first season when they went to like,
Stop fucking playing.
I swear to God,
Stop fucking playing.
yep, I think they were at a church or some building that was prominent during the.
Damn, did she got a high school diploma?
Listen, I don't know how you don't know that, Carmen. Yeah, because
Yes, I just started
listen,
watching these old hoes.
hold on. This is the worst part, Carmen. They were I think they were in Savannah, Georgia. They were, or Athens or something. They went on a girls trip there, or a trip, and they went to one of those underground railroad, like people, during slavery. That's how they were, getting them to safety or whatever the case may be. And Porsha stood there and said, well, how are they gonna breathe underneath the train? Because the train had to come underneath here. Because Porsha literally thought that
Oh, wait, you know
people
what? She's not the only person who's ever thought that. But at her age, you should know. There's people. Well, I remember being a kid in elementary though.
you were a child, Carmen.
Right. So as a kid in elementary, learning that the Underground Railroad was not actually that.
Railroad.
That's just an analogy for the path that they took.
It's a euphemism. It's a euphemism. It's saying this is what it is, but only the people. Anyway, carry on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, like that, but for her to say that, man, say when you're on TV, you gotta watch the shit. Hey.
But this is the thing. She doesn't know. It doesn't occur to her. So how could she watch it? It's like it's very much like
I get it.
Like if you're a third grader, how would you know that certain things are inappropriate? You know what I'm saying? To not say. So a third grader, if they were standing right where Kenya was standing, they would ask that question. Or a fifth grader, they would be like, so where was the train? Like that makes sense. And then you would be probably, a third grader would probably be like, well, how did
you know what that remind me of? Just a side note. Remember, what's that girl name? I think it was Jessica Simpson, who was like, was it tuna or chicken of the sea?
And she never recovered. She never.
Oh shit! I think her show went off air after that season.
That's what I'm saying.
She was like, "Nah, this dumb shit that ain't no joke. This hoe for real. Gotta get her going."
Right. Again, a euphemism because they're really saying, well, anyway, it's just Porsha. Like I said, I think Porsha she lacks substance, and she's just a pretty face, and she got body for days. I ain't mad at her. I understand why the guys like her, but she doesn't have any
They supposed
substance,
to.
huh?
I said they supposed to.
I
The
think
bitch
she's
is
just
fine.
she is and is
And I don't
is.
like women, but I'm the one.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you all the props you deserve, but I ain't giving you no extras.
Yeah, and
You
I also think that Portia's problem with Shamia also is that because of what happened with her and Simon, him, I think getting deported allegedly or whatever the case may be. I think because she felt like, okay, I'm about to show off my house and everything that I have, and I'm gonna show how I'm stunting on bitches, and we're gonna be on private jets, and I'm gonna show y'all how I came up. But then Simon put a wrench in her. He was like, "Nope, I'm sending y'all a whole cease and desist, and you better not film in my
don't
house." But
want her filming at the house.
that's petty as fuck. That's petty as fuck. But that to me was
Hey, what did you expect? This man married, bitch. You met him with his wife. And he don't know you. He don't love you. His wife, I'm sure he got a level of love and respect for, you know what I'm saying? People don't realize how bad like they disrespect for themselves really gets exposed when they do shit like that. Like by him even making that move with you, bitch, he don't respect himself. You know what I mean? Like, and you damn sure don't respect yourself because you couldn't even think past go in that situation. Like, that's a situation, bitch. If you selling that cat, you should have sold it, got the bag, and kept it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. She definitely is. You muted yourself, Carmen. I don't know if you meant to mute yourself.
Oh, my bad.
I think she's definitely selling to the highest bidder. 100%. Hey,
Yeah.
Radiance. I'm about to bring Ray. That's my girl. I had to see Radiance in first.
Hey, hon, how are you?
Listen, over here sparkly now that she's doing, Carmen, I love you too.
Welcome, Radiant.
Yes, sorry I missed your call earlier.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm glad you came to my panel. What do you think about and Samia? Did you watch last episode, by the way?
Yeah,
Okay, so
I watched it
we're on the
yesterday.
okay, we're on the part where really we kind of starting at the end, but
Hmm.
in where they were having that dinner, and something's in your background radio. I think is there like a radio? Or TV?
Let me see. Yeah, hold on.
Mhm. Yeah, okay, so we're at the part where it's really at the end where they're at that place called the bank or the vault or whatever it is, and they're having dinner. And Shamia, she lets everyone listen to her song because she's very proud of it and excited and all that. And then Portia sitting at the table talking about that ain't Shamia, that's Drew, that's Drew. I don't think that's me. And Shamia keeps saying, nope, that's me. Like, how do you feel about that?
That's whack. She was being shady. Honor her singing voice. Portia's not the only one that can sing. Drew's not the only one that can sing. You should be want to support your friend in this season. But that was pure jealousy.
I agree. I agree. And then the fact that she said it like 18 times, it was just so like,
Right.
what are you doing? If you know what it felt like, you remember on that season when they went to, I don't know if they went to Dubai, they went somewhere and they were on that, it was like a pie in the sky or something where I think they were in Dubai. I can't remember if they went to Dubai or not. But anyways, Cynthia Bailey was about to open the wine cellar or the whatever it was called. And Kenya kept doing shit to like undermine it. She kept saying, well, what type of wine should you serve with, with steak or fish and da, da, da. So when Cynthia, we all know Cynthia don't really know, just like a lot of people in this industry, they just start businesses. They don't really have any actual like experience or anything like that. So they'll just start a business, which we all know that's what Kenya was. I mean, that's what Cynthia was doing. She's just trying to get a coin. And here come Kenya, her bestie, on here talking about, well,
Right.
you must not think about you totally disregard your meal when you're picking, the wine you're gonna have with it. And it's just like, why are you doing that? And then Candy Burris was like, so when you gonna open your new spot? I was just like, yes, Candy, get her ass. That to me is what it feels like Porsha is doing to Shamia. And it's unprovoked. There's no provocation. I'm like, why are you doing this to a person you claim is your bestie? And I only thing I can think of is, aside from Porsha just being that girl, is like she's pissed that her life fell apart, and now they're highlighting Shamia's life. And Shamia been on the show since Porsha been on the show, and has always kind of seemed like, just a sidekick type person. And so I'm just kind of like, Porsha, girl, why are you doing that? It's like, why are you pressed? Shouldn't you be celebrating your best friend, girl? Like, I can't.
I think
Y'all want to?
Porsha feels a lot of like loss of power in this, and like in this moment at
Mhm.
what, episode 4? For
What?
one, like even on live TV, you threaten your baby daddy not to film with another female, and he like, what? And shows up on the next episode.
Right. Like, bitch, you playing. You know what? I do think it's a bit shady what's going on with him and Drew, because you can't trust Drew. But I agree with what's his name, with Dennis on this, because I feel like Dennis is basically saying, why can't I go get a coin too? Portia's like, I don't care if you're going to get a coin, just don't go get it without me. That's to me what Portia's saying. But you wouldn't give a shit if Mr. Gubadia didn't, get deported or whatever the case may be. You wouldn't give a shit if you was still flying around first class. You wouldn't give a shit if you wasn't, staying in some big, huge house, and you had your Rolls Royce that he gave you and then took it back. You wouldn't give a shit about that, because I feel like Portia's that type of girl that's like, okay, I want everybody to see, what my man is doing for me. And so now she doesn't have that, like Carmen was saying, she don't have that control. He took it away from her like instantly, and then just went to town on her. I don't know. So would y'all keep y'all friend if y'all friend was doing that?
Absolutely not. She was never a friend.
I agree. I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. Um, oh, this is what I do think. This is my guess. I could be wrong about this, but I think that it's possible. I don't think this is what's happening, but I do think it's possible that Porsha wants to have a problem with Shamia, because she wants that to be a storyline this season of how they get into it, right? Because really, when you think about it, that happening on reality TV is really reality TV gold, right? It's giving so that they can have more seasons, right? So it's giving, to me, all of the people that had tight relationships before they came on the show, and then somehow the show kind of remixed it. So for example, Nene Leakes and Cynthia, y'all remember they got into it.
Yeah.
Nene Leakes and Kim Zolciak, right? It was just kind of like I don't know if y'all watch New York, but Bethany Frankel and Jill Zarin. And I'm trying to think, I listed some people out. Hold on. Jackie and Simone, if you watch Married to Medicine. Remember they had their big thing. Who else did something? Oh, even Phaedra and Candy. And Kyle Richards and Lisa Vanderpump. These are a whole lot of people that once we get invested in their real friendship and then something happens to destroy that friendship, we as the viewers want that, we just want to see them resolve it. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like it's possible. But the reason I have a hard time believing that's what's going on is because Porsha thinks that there is an actual railroad going underneath the church at the, with the, the rail, the Underground Railroad, and she thinks there's 265 days in a year. So to me, I don't think she could think that far. I'm like, I don't know if she has that much foresight, but maybe she does. But that's kind of what I think. I think that it's possible that they're doing this together, possibly, because I think they probably talked to each other before they got on the show and was like, listen, we know this show can destroy all kinds of friendships, relationships, marriages, so on and so forth. So let's not let that happen to us. But we can play along, with the Bravo thing, because they will get numerous seasons if they're like, if not Kenya, if Porsha does something really egregious to Shamia, they're going to give them more seasons to try to work it out. Well, unless it's as egregious as what Phaedra did. But a lot of people want Phaedra back, and I think Phaedra's coming back. She's come back this season, right? I can't remember if she's coming back.
Yeah, she come back for like 4 episodes or so at the end.
And also, do you think that Kenya should be at the reunion?
Yes, absolutely.
So, are you a Kenya fan? Because I can't remember. Are you Team Kenya? You team Toro?
I'm not team nobody. I'm team Radiance, but I just I go with who I think is right at the moment.
Right. So you're a flip flop.
Right, like Dr. Simone.
I cannot with you. I cannot with you. Miss Joy is real online. Thank you for stopping by my show. I appreciate it. Shout out to you. Joy is real online. Everybody go and for all of the people that's in my chat, go and like their shows and their channels and hit all their buttons. Love her. She's over at the Drip Show all the time. Love Miss Joy. Okay, so what else was I gonna say? Okay, so Kelly. How do you feel about Kelly? How do y'all feel about Kelly?
I like Kelly. I think she can deliver. She can come in spicy, but she also can be classy and professional. And she's rebuilding her life after her husband. So I think it's good for us to see that.
I agree. I feel like her personality is like mine. I'm very much like caring and generous and want to see people win, but I also will get your ass. Like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she's a fighter, but I really like her. I think she could stay. I actually think Brit could stay too. I know a lot of people are mad at Brit for the reason.
Brit can go.
I like Brit. I think Brit gonna bring that ratchet shit out. She gonna bring that ratchet shit that we want to see.
She gotta take that to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. No, ma'am.
Them hoes ain't got no class.
Brit is giving VH1. Okay,
she does. Yeah, she gave VH1 very much so. She want her. I like Brit.
I do too. And here's the thing: I think Brit should stay because her next season with Kenya, that's gonna be so spicy and good. I really do feel that way. And if Kenya's smart, Kenya will try to behind the scenes, even though they don't really like each other, be like, "Yo, we gotta have some sort of off the show beef
Kenya not gonna do
it. So then the Bravo will bring me back." That's what I think they should do, because I do think they do that in the Real Housewives or wherever.
Kenya's not gonna do it. I think Kenya wants to feel needed, and Kenya knows like this storyline is heavy with her. Like they need her at this point in order to keep this storyline going.
You think they need Kenya? Is that what you're saying, to keep this?
Yeah, with this Brit situation.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's like it's opening the whole season.
I don't know. The first 4 episodes had me feeling like I don't need any of the OGs except for maybe Porsha, only because of the whole messiness of her life. The guy.
Hell yeah, and it's crazy because Drew is involved with both of them. Drew is involved with Porsha as an ambassador for her business. Like this shit is crazy with them two. But Drew a true live snake, but she a tree snake.
What does that mean? What is
She a tree snake. So you got snakes in the grass. But Drew, that bitch is a tree snake. Like she paid attention to how she was gonna do it. Like even down to you saying you tried to reach out to Porsha. You sent text messages, but you text her everything but what you was texting her for. For real? Come on now.
But to be fair, so production showed the text messages, and it did show that Porsha didn't answer this lady for 3 months.
Okay, and so say that. That's what I'm saying. Like, say that. Say, like, bitch, you ain't call me back or text me back. And I reached out to you to explain it to you. But at this point, I'm not important enough, even as your ambassador, for you to respond to my call via text or respond to my text. Like, fuck the call. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna go with my move, and that's what I did. Say that.
Yeah.
But you went with, oh, you were hard to get in touch with, and say you went with your move. Same way Porsha went with her move. Like Kelly say, was that Kelly or Brit? Why she take that lady, man?
Kelly came out the gate, just coming in smoking. I was like,
at the gate.
I'm here for her, but that to me, that comment, even though I loved it, I was living for it. It did feel like you're a fan of the show and you're watching, and so you came on here. I don't know. I'm glad she said. I'm glad it came out, but it just felt very like contrived and planned. And it's like I'm happy she did it because we all want to know, like, why you take that man, that lady husband, but we know why. Like, we just want to hear Portia's dumb reason for doing it.
Crazy thing is, she told Shamia, like what Shamia's report card say she is to Porsha. And the first thing you said that was the first thing you said to her.
She's like, let's get it started. Okay. About to pop it off right quick. Listen, I'm here for if I'm being honest, I like everybody a lot except the lady that's married to the older guy from the basketball. Well,
Angela. Charles Oakley.
Oh, I like him.
Do
you? I think that old man fine.
But Sugar Daddy took me out.
Hey, Jack Daniel. I mean, now Oakley.
But to me, I feel like this is why I'm still kind of like waiting and seeing with her, because I feel like their relationship feels it could be wrong because they only give you a snippet of whatever it is, but it feels like non-supportive in my opinion, because like she's over here like trying to be a boss and selling her homes and doing all this kind of stuff, and it just seems like how you show up 2 hours late to something you're supposed to be helping with. I don't know. It feels like there's a fracture there, but someone said that he had a baby, like a side baby on her at some point. So maybe I listen, I don't know. I have no idea. So Miss Joy, hold on, what Miss Joy say? She surely can go. Who, Angela? You talking about Angela, Miss Joy? I do like Charles. So okay, like I said, I'm just waiting to see because I don't understand how. Okay, so back. Oh no, that was well, was it Charles that is bumping heads with somebody mama, something like that? Was it Charles?
Yeah, that's Charles.
Okay, so this is why that's perplexing to me, because at some point, some episodes back, she was like, Charles is such a good guy. He cooks, he cleans, he does this, that, and the third. So it didn't make sense to me that you're on here saying that your husband, cooks and cleans and this, that, and the third. And that's why you love him so much. But then when you get to another portion, you're like, well, him and my mama fell out over cleaning. Like, that doesn't even sound logical to me, that you would be in a beef with your wife's mom about cleaning. Like, last time I checked, if you're a millionaire and so is she, why y'all don't have a cleaning person? It rang false to me.
That's why, as the woman of the house, why don't you clean your own fucking house? Like, you don't want to clean for your man? No. And I'm not saying you gotta scrub. Shut up, because you cook and clean for Steven all the time.
No, but this is the thing though, Carmen. If I was a millionaire, listen, I ain't even a millionaire, and we used to have a housekeeper. You know what I'm saying? So certainly, if I had millions of dollars at my disposal, ain't none of us cleaning up. I don't like to clean up. My husband doesn't like to clean up, but we like a clean house. So just hire somebody. So that's the part that to me, I'm just kind of like, I don't understand why you said that. It's giving contradicting. But anyway, Carmen, what were you gonna say?
But that's the thing. When she said that, I wanted to know specifics, like what was it about cleaning that they got into it over? Like, right, it doesn't. Think about it. Not cleaning, is somebody cleaning a wrong part? You know what I mean? Like me, I'm the type of person, I like to clean my own restroom. I like to clean my own dishes. Like, no, if you want to help clean something, like go straighten out the pillows on the couch. You know, I'm that person. So that's what I wanted to know. Like, what was it about cleaning that they bumped heads about? Because she did say before that, she said, because my mom has an opinion.
She did say that, but it's a lie. That's a bad lie. I can't imagine.
You think so? You know what? I believe that. I feel it.
You that makes sense. Okay,
Like,
which
why
part?
they really arguing? Why they really? Because it was the sister too. Remember, like my mom and my sister loves him. They're
Yeah.
super close. And then as the time grew, they grew apart because my mom has an opinion.
Well, she talking about he cleaned up that act with that child that he had out the marriage. He cleaned that up real good in private and now in public. That's the only thing he cleaned up, honey. But he do like he can cook good, you know. But it's something in.
Yes.
Wait, what? I didn't know about the child.
I didn't either. I just heard about that earlier today, but I don't know if it's true, you know. But Brady has said it, so I'm just
He looked like it. No, I ain't gonna lie. He looked like that one. And
he's
she go, hey, wasn't she the same one that was previously with Rick Ross, or was that Brit?
no, that's Brit. You keep mixing up Brit and Angela. No, it's not Brit. Now Brit,
Because they starless. They starless like Nene
They
Lee.
do. They look like shadows. They act like shadows.
part, yes. I feel like, listen, you know what? Brit is another one. I could be wrong about this. I hope I am, but I feel like Brit is another one that's like selling her Queen Victoria to the highest bidder. I feel that way. But I also feel like her husband, he's giving. Y'all remember the season where they were, I don't know, remember when Kim Fields came on the Real Housewives or whatever, and Nene and Porsha and all of them was dragging her husband saying he's, you know, fruity or something like that. To me, that's what her husband gives. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Like the match doesn't make sense to me. But you know, maybe he's just I don't know. You just can't trust no. In my opinion, if you're a straight woman and you only want a straight man, I don't know that you could really trust a man in Atlanta because they wear heels higher than ours. You know, they got more red bottoms than you know. What I'm saying a little bit. So I don't know. But no, that was Brit. I don't know how to feel about Angela and her husband, but I'm not really sure. I'm gonna wait on them. I'm gonna see if they give some more next season. So Miss Joy is real online says Real Housewives of Atlanta star Angela Oakley is speaking out about her marriage, revealing her husband Charles Oakley cheated on her and fathered a child outside of their relationship. Right. I didn't know that until today. I don't know where I saw that. And then Ms. Joy is real online. She says, honey, Charles going to leave that lady after this season. Stop it, Miss Joy.
I second that motion. I second that motion.
You think so? So this is what I'm confused about. I will say this much. I think the ladies on this show, especially this season, I think they're prettier, fresher, maybe because they're a little bit younger. Especially Angela, she to me has her body looks tight. But I feel like, do y'all think that what's that lady's name? Brit? Do y'all think she got a BBL? Because I was looking at her when they went to exercise, and I was like, is that her original? I'm like, I can't tell. What y'all think?
It's definitely a BBL. The way it sit up like that, it don't look natural. And she got up, it ain't make no jiggle, no move, with no wrinkle, with no dent. It's a BBL. Absolutely.
She forgot to order the thigh package, like Drips. Child, I don't know about these people. They crazy. Okay, let's see. Okay, who's the next person? Oh, I started at the end. That's the problem. I started at the end. So let's talk about. I don't know. So let's talk about the part where Kelly goes and she meets with Kenya at her Kenya spa thingy. And you know, Kenya's in there, and she to me, this is a genuine part of Kenya. This is something that I can relate to her with. And it really kind of humanizes her a lot because she, you know, she looks like to me, she's one of those people that believe just because you have money and you know power, influence, or whatever, you can just open a business and it's just going to, you know, run. And that's just Kenya always says she's a businesswoman or whatever. And people always say she's a businesswoman, she's so smart. And I'm not saying she isn't, and I have empathy for her regarding this. But to me, her biggest issue with the hair spa problem is, first of all, if you're gonna have a business like that, you need stylists that people already want to come in, have style their hair. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be like, I'm just putting anybody in here just because it's Kenya Moore and people are gonna want to come. And I feel like you need to, if you don't have those people who have really big salons or really popular salons or whatever, where people gotta wait months to get on it, to get not an invitation, what is it? Appointment, then you need to know already how to do the hair, and they need to be coming for you. She doesn't have that. It's similar to a person who's like, oh, mechanics make a whole lot of money, so let me open a mechanic shop, and I'm gonna throw 500 grand at it, and then just hope everybody that I hire is gonna handle it. No, you need to be able to step in when those people aren't there, when they quit, when they go on vacation, whatever it is. And she doesn't have that. She felt like, to me, if I build it, they will come. And I'm just like, you can't do that with the that type of business. It's very much, especially with women. It's like, I feel like with women, when we find that hairstyle, like for me, I have the hairstylist the people that's gonna braid my hair and it's gonna look cute, and then I have the hairstylist that's in the ghetto, that if I want a shortcut, I'm going right over there to Goldie's, because she gonna get me right. She in the hood and been there for 25 years. It's like you have certain stylists for certain things. You have somebody who, if you want to get your hair sewn in, that's who you go to, because they've earned your credibility. I mean, you've earned their credibility. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with Kenya, I think she just felt like, well, if I just build it, they're gonna come. What do you guys think about her scenario where she's feeling like she's crying to Kelly and she's just being vulnerable and saying, I really wanted this to work. I put all this money in it, but I can't get people in the door. What do you guys think about that scene? Can y'all hear me? Did they leave? Everybody on mute. Joy is real online says, have mercy, these women walking around with these bodies that don't work. Oh, Miss Joy, you are telling the truth, sis. Miss Joy says, titties. Miss Joy says, titties that can't get hard and ass that can't wiggle. Oh my God. I can't. But I love it, Miss Joy. I love Miss Joy. Miss Joy. Oh, let's see. Miss Joy is real online says marketing. Yeah, she does. She needs someone to market, but I just think that I really do believe King is like one of those people that's just like, I do think she's a hard worker, and I do think she's in the meeting, in the room and all that. And I do think that, it's great that she's built a business and whatever. And she thought, well, if I could get people to buy like these hair products, then I could also get them to, come and get their hair done. When hair products and getting your hair done are two totally different categories, because everybody can go to the CVS or the Walmart and get hair supplies. Everybody. It doesn't matter what kind of hair you got, whatever. We can all go there. So I think she missed the mark by saying, okay, well, I'm going to open a salon. When that is your passion, you don't have a cosmetology license, you don't have people already waiting to, be seen by you. You don't have all of that. And I'm just kind of like, what was her thinking? Like, what was the component that you missed about that part of running a business? Because any business, especially the beauty industry and like, what's the other one? The restaurant industry, it could be very difficult. But the beauty industry, if you're doing someone's hair, if you're a stylist or a makeup, it could be very, very lucrative, for you. But I think she missed the mark, and I don't understand why nobody told her that. But maybe she got the same team that told her, it's okay for you to go have this revenge pee with Brit, and it's okay for you to show all of Atlanta. Like, maybe those are the people that really are advising her, but she needs to find somebody different.
Well, allegedly, it was already on the internet. So we don't know if it was the people first time seeing the revenge P or not.
Oh, you mean like the people at the little party thing that she had, the opening, the grand opening?
Well, some people saying it was on the internet. I don't know. I ain't look for it. Ain't none of my business.
But listen,
I don't want to see her old style or new style. I'm good. I don't want to see the plastic versus the real versus the metal versus the steel. I'm good on that.
Is that what you ready? So here's my pushback to the people who are online, or even last year, they kept saying, well, Kenny, it was already online. Because I think even Kenny Bird said it was already online. So why can't she use it and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if it's online. It doesn't. What matters is the law says you cannot use people's nude, sexual, whatever. You can't use that to blackmail them or to humiliate them, embarrass them without their, implied or whatever consent. You can't do it. It's illegal to do so. Even if they make up a avatar of her doing that, that's still in certain states, considered revenge P. So I know Candy said that it's like, oh, it's free, yeah, but you're using it for malicious purposes. It just is what it is. If she pulled it up and saw it and showed the girls with no ill intent and then didn't blast her, I think it would have been okay, for everybody to know. But the fact that you brought pictures allegedly and showed everybody, that's the problem. It's not that you knew, it's not that you used it at all, because she could have taken pictures and sent it to the people, on the show. But legally, you're not supposed to be able to do that without their consent. But the way she went about it, she tried to publicly humiliate that woman. And to me, that's what made it revenge P. I wonder how, my issue with Kenya too is like, you sitting up here telling, well, we'll see what happens. But from what I understand, you're sitting up here telling the world or these people how much this lady is a whole ass hoe. That's what you're coming up here to embarrass this lady, to whatever it is to this lady. But you prayed for your whole life to have a child. And now that you have a gorgeous, beautiful little child, you over here acting like a 5-year-old. Like, what is your child? What is little Brooklyn gonna grow up to think? Like, what the hell? You supposed to be setting an example in her real life. And I know this ain't, she ain't gonna see it until 20 years from now or whatever the case may be, but like, you need to figure out which one you want to be. You can't do both. You can't say, I want to be a mom and I want to be respected and I want to, raise my daughter a certain way, and then take another woman's pictures and then try to humiliate her with it. It's just, listen, if someone had done that to Kenya would have wanted them fired immediately. But anyway,
Brit said that she was a video vixen like the first episode when she was 17. So really, that come down to whoever she was with, whatever celebrity, whatever agency she was with. All that need to be looked into beyond Kenya, honestly. If they saying she was underage when that stuff was when that stuff happened in the picture, allegedly. But the way Brit said, she was proud of it. She wore like a badge of honor. So I don't know her. But I'll say this with Kenya: it take one to know one. It take one to know one.
I mean, yeah, Kenya swears that she ain't a hoe, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But I'm kind of anxious to see. I wonder what are they going to show. They can't show the pictures if the pictures are alleged, revenge P. But I'm wondering what they're going to say, and I'm also wondering what they're going to let Kenya say, because she don't have a whole confessional. So how is she going to explain this? Unless I guess they let her have a conversation with Porsha, because that's what they seem to be doing. But I will say this: I feel like, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like Kenya is vindicated, and I don't even like Kenya, but I do feel like she's vindicated, because I don't understand how Bravo withheld all of this audio and this theme. I don't understand how they did that and allowed the audience and the fans and whomever else to fill in the blank and just basically, because I know I jumped on Brit Edie's side. I was team Brit, because I'm just like, how dare you? And it felt very reminiscent of Kenya. It's just, I'm going to try to, it felt like, you remember that season where she brought the cookie lady to sit her in front of, I don't even remember. What's her name?
Tanya.
Yeah, you brought the whole cookie lady to come and try to humiliate this lady. Meanwhile, your whole husband is dragging you for filth the whole season. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just certain stuff like that. That's why I be like, when people be like, Kenya's so smart, I'm like, she's a slithery little woman. That's what she is. I don't know about smart. I'm not saying she's not intelligent, but I just don't think she makes smart moves. I don't, but we'll see.
Well, I was the opposite of you. I'm not team Twerk by any means, but I was on Kenya's side, because I said there's more to the story. I said, Kenya do some foul stuff, right? But I said she's still an educated Black woman. I said there has to be something that we're missing, or we have to wait till the season play out to understand.
Yeah, I I get what you're saying. I just didn't need that only because of situations like I was telling you about with the cookie lady. It's like she does things that are. It's like why did you use a Uzi for something you could have just used a revolver for, but you just want to blow it all the way up. And I still, even though we saw what Brit said to her and all that kind of stuff, and it was very vile, and you shouldn't be threatening people and all that kind of stuff. That's illegal technically. You're not supposed to do that. But I still don't feel like it rose to the occasion of like, let me go find these photos. But I don't even think Kenya did that. I think someone else gave her those photos. You know how people in Hollywood, they know all kinds of stuff, but they're only gonna say it out loud if they need to. And I feel like that was Kenya's thing. It's just like, oh, you tried it. So now here we are. You want to play that game? I'm the best
I
at
think
it.
so too. And I think production had a part to play in it. Like y'all cannot know that these pictures are there and they're gonna be uncovered. Like everything is crossed, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. You didn't know which angle, which lighting, who gonna hold what camera, who gonna be in the corner, who walking in, who need to be mic'd.
Right.
So that's why I think they're gonna bring Kenya back next season. They're gonna have to pay her some more money. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
they gonna have to open up their whole ass wallet. Unless the rest of the season when she's not there is as good as I feel like the first 4 episodes. I don't think they're gonna have to bring her back, but I think it would be smart. It this is the only cast that I feel like every time they like revamped the cast or added new people or whatever, it just never to me ever really felt authentic from when they're trying to revamp it or whatever. But like with this cast, I feel like they can hold their own. Like I feel like they don't necessarily when I'm watching it, I don't miss Kenya. I don't miss Nene the way I did. You know what I'm saying? I don't miss all this other stuff. I feel like they're good enough, except with the exception of the Angela lady. Maybe I have to give her another season because listen, I literally was on the floor dying when her whole wig was sliding down her forehead at Shavil's party. I was just like, what you mean? You But I do feel like because Kenya was not lying, especially about what the lady said, for that reason, I need y'all to give her show back. I mean, I need y'all to put her back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta because
Yeah,
I don't
because
think it'll.
Britt lied. Britt said she never said that. She said she never owned a pop out. She never got in a fight in her life. She never had no speeding ticket. The results are in. Turns out that is a lie.
Right. Exactly. I agree. And that's if I was, and I'm assuming that's probably what Kenya said when whenever they had their meeting at Bravo. I feel like Kenya probably said that. And honestly, I really think that the only reason they fired her is I don't think it was because of Brit Edie. It could have been that she said this is revenge P and that's why. But I have a sneaky. I don't really think Bravo would have brought it up if Brit didn't bring it up. I think they would have allowed it to play out and then allowed that lady to get embarrassed and really wouldn't have cared because it's ratings. I don't think that they care about that lady at all. I think the reason they did what they did is because the audience was just like, this is not right, and it's a legal part of it. Otherwise, I don't think Bravo gives a shit. Like, it's really interesting to me how these ladies love to kiss up to Andy, and I'm like, this man wouldn't spit on y'all if y'all was on fire. He could care less about any of y'all. The only part he cares about is the paycheck. He don't care nothing about y'all. But I do think Kenya's a good villain. She's one of the best at it. So let's move on to Drew. Y'all tell me, what do y'all think about Drew and her fine ass husband? Oh no, it wasn't Drew and her fine ass husband. What do you feel about Drew and the hot dog man producing an album together? What do y'all think about that? Did y'all go silent again? I can't with y'all. So
Well,
Jordan is
I didn't know
oh go ahead.
Dennis was a whole producer. That's news to me.
Right. Where, where did he get those credentials? I don't know. I don't know where he got those credentials from. And also
Yes,
too, like I'm wondering, how did that conversation come about? Like, so Drew's like in the industry and she's thinking about, getting a new producer or doing an album, and she calls why
that
exactly?
that's why I think it's all storyline. Drew, Porsha, Dennis, even Ralph, everybody's in on it to get a
Right.
check.
I
because it
agree.
wouldn't make sense. You would go to Candy, you would go to Tiny. They wrote for TLC. Like, come on, you go to some real hit makers. You wouldn't just be, oh, you know what I'm thinking of? Baby daddy this. Nobody's thinking of that. He's not the first person that's gonna come to your mind in Atlanta. Now, if it was a small town out in Idaho, maybe he would come up. But just Atlanta, no.
I agree. It's bizarre. And I will say this for 100% certain. I do think that the guy in this situation, the Dennis Hot Oven, I do think it's all about that for him. I don't know what it is for Drew, but I agree with you about the fake storyline thing because this part was very perplexing to me. So y'all remember like episode 1 and 2, maybe even 3, it was just kind of like the judge says we can't talk to each other. We have to talk to each other through this app. And I want to keep track of everything he says and because he's a horrible human being, which I do think on some level he is. But then you see them in that scene with their kids, pretend playing football or tag, whatever the hell they was doing, and now they have this what seems like amicable conversation. I'm just like, this is the gaslighting that I can't understand. I'm like, so 2 episodes ago you were saying that this man is a horrible guy and he stole all your money and all this, and then now y'all out here like, yeah, we just want to make it work for the kids. We just want to, be good parents for our kids. I don't it's confusing to me. So what do y'all think about what's going on with Drew and Ralph?
Drew is a natural gaslighter. She always got two things that don't match. She got sugar with no water. She got water with no Kool-Aid. She got the Kool-Aid with no sugar. You just gotta take it right out of the pack as is. Like,
You are such a
girl, I can't with Drew. Drew always got a problem. Notice it's never Drew. Now in her marriage, I'm gonna say it's mostly probably Ralph, but Drew be Drewing. Drew with Candy, now Drew Porsha, then Drew and Dennis. It's always Drew. It was always Drew and the assistant. Oh, I paid you your money. You lying. It's always Drew because Drew be Drewing. This is what she does.
No, remember at the dinner she said, because Kelly was like, yeah, let's talk about the people who didn't send the money or whatever, or who didn't buy nothing at Balmain, her little Balmain situation, or for her charity or whatever it was. She called Drew out. She said, she was like, I did buy something. And then Kelly was like, yeah, but you just showed me a conversation. You didn't actually purchase anything. Okay, so this is what's perplexing to me. I can't understand how Drew maintains that big, beautiful house that she's in if she can't at least buy a Balmain anything. Like, I'm confused. Like, I don't understand. Is she still getting money like residuals from that show that she was on that I never watched? You know that show? Do you know that show, Radiance, that Drew was on? Because I never watched. I didn't know who the hell she was. But I think a lot of Black women watched it. I can't remember. Miss Joy's Real Online says she thought her name would be enough. Honey, this is a young woman's game. I agree. I'm assuming you're talking about Kenya. And then Miss Joy is Real Online says Dennis trying to get in where he fit in too. He is. And I'm not mad at that man for trying to use this show to make money. Everybody on this show is using it for the same exact reason. Why can't he? They're all there, including production and Andy and all the rest of them. They are there to make money. So why is it that he can't make money? Plus, I feel like if Mr. Gubadia hadn't drugged her for filth and hadn't gotten found out and went and got deported back, Porsha couldn't give two. Like she said, when she said she didn't go to Drew's party, what did she say? She said, what did she say? She said someone said something to her and she just kept on cooking or something like that and went to bed. Like, oh no, when she found out that Drew and whatever was at the studio, she was like, I just kept cooking and went to bed. So if that's your feeling, then why are you giving Drew all this smoke episode 1? Like, you didn't care about that. I feel like, how do you care about what Drew is doing with your baby daddy, who you married to a whole nother man, but you didn't give a shit about your other coworkers because you said this is your coworker. You think it's too close to home for her to be doing that, but you went to your other coworker's house and stole her whole husband. I'm not saying she stole him. I feel like if people could be so, listen, if they're coming, they went willingly, he went willingly, and then he married her. So we know that you went over there and, did what you do to get your man. But it's just perplexing to me that she doesn't even comprehend the hypocrisy that she's like, it's like, it's killing me softly. I can't understand. I do understand her asking about it and making it part of the show, but hampering on it, like they're doing some egregious things that you haven't done yourself, is perplexing to me. Carmen, are you still there, Sarah? Did Carmen leave or fell asleep? What you
Yes,
think?
I'm here. I
So
just
what do
got
you
a
think?
call.
Oh, you on the phone?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just got a call, but I'm here.
Okay. Radiance, what do you think? Or Carmen, do you have any opinion about Porsha going over there and stealing that man away or whatever it was that she did, dropping it like it was hot and got that man, from her coworker?
From his wife, her co-worker. Yes,
Right.
that should tell everybody that that hoe can't be trusted. It's been in her. That's one thing about what's in a person is gonna come out. Like no matter how long it's in you, how long you hide it, it's gonna come out. And once it come out, it's exposed. So
So
Candy watch Todd. Not saying Todd gonna divorce Candy for Porsha, but he's still a man. There's somebody in y'all circle watched it. But is her and Candy friends?
Kenny and Porsha,
Yeah.
I think they're industry friends. I don't think they're real friends
Oh,
because
they
I can't
call
be.
it. They call
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I think they. I think they. I'll say this. Even with all the housewives, I think to a certain extent, all of them have like this. I feel like they have this thing in common, right? So it's like a sisterhood. So I think even if you don't like somebody, like like a Kenya or Portia or Nene or whomever, I think at the
But
end of the
not to cut you off, just
Mhm.
for a second though,
Mhm.
even Cynthia Bailey chimed in on what Drew's doing, but she didn't chime in on what Porsha did.
That's true, but it's also possible that production cut it because she's not a full-time housewife. But I agree with you. I do agree with you. And Portia was the one that sat on that couch the season after she drug Kenya across the damn Bravo stage and was basically telling Cynthia, your husband's, paying women down at that restaurant with penis. It's full of penis. Like basically you came on here and said Cynthia's husband is cheating on her and has been cheating on her.
Hey, what is it? Somebody on the phone is telling me Todd died.
Girl, that can't be right. Look, let me verify.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. They say people die all the time. Todd, what's his last name? Tucker?
Yes, Todd Tucker.
I don't believe this, but let's see. Let's see what it says. It says his mom passed, and we already knew that. So it says, I guess he's in the hospital or was in the hospital. Let me see from when this was. Oh no, that's from last year. Um, he's talking about something. I don't even know what year is this from. Saying he lost his. I think he's talking about his mom. Yeah, he's talking about his mom. I don't believe that until it come on. What's that place that's got all the gossip? TMZ. When it populates on there, then I believe it. Miss Joyce says all for storyline for sure. I agree, Miss Joyce.
Okay. On one of the episodes, did something happen where something happened to Todd in front of a club?
Mhm. Is that your? Is he the fourth person in the on the panel
Yeah.
part?
I think, yeah, it's not right. The man's not dead.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's true. Let's see. What else do I need to say about Drew? So I do think this because Portia told Drew, no, she told Dennis, listen, you better not be filming with nobody else or else, basically. Nobody on this cast. And I really feel like when they get to that reunion, Kenya, I mean, not Kenya, Lord, Kenya must be talking about me. I keep confusing her with Portia. Portia's gonna get to that reunion and literally scorch the earth with Drew. I feel like she gonna scorch the earth. She gonna scorch the earth, and then I'm hoping Kelly's just like, but wait, that doesn't make sense. Sis, weren't you over here still in this? I almost can't wait for the low key. I can't wait for the reunion now. Like if they can go ahead and skip to the reunion, I'll be happy about that. But I feel like Drew can't be trusted, and neither can the hot dog man. None of these people, the hot dog man can't be trusted. Drew can't be trusted. Porsha can't be trusted. What's the other lady? Brit can't be trusted. Who else is on the cast? Cynthia can be trusted, I think, on some level. I'm not thinking, who's the rest of the people that I'm leaving out? Did I leave anybody out? Drew, Kelly, Angela, Kenya. I don't think Kenya can be trusted either, but not because of that reason. I don't think she's necessarily a liar, but I do think she can't be trusted. She's shady. I do think, well, she already has her product line. We talked about Drew. Why I have a second thing for Drew? Oh my god. Yeah. Do y'all think Drew and her fine ass husband, who you can't trust, y'all think they're really gonna get divorced? Did y'all leave again? I can't with y'all. I don't know if I believe they're gonna get a divorce. And the reason I say that is because when they were out there playing fake football or basketball or whatever it was they were playing, and then they had that conversation, I just didn't get we hate each other and we really got to get a divorce. Like it didn't feel like there was a Chinese wall, because if you really feel that horrible about this guy, then I don't really understand why you out here. Well, I don't know. I guess because I'm not a parent, maybe I would understand it better if I was somebody's parent. Like I don't know. I feel like the way he's treated her, I don't see how I could ever interact with somebody like that. Or somebody like Kenya's husband. But I feel like at least with Ralph and his little finance, he like he didn't. He said some bangers to her, like when he talked about she deserved a Lunchable when he when he made that whole dinner thing and all the roses. I do feel like he was a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I don't like her, we don't like her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he didn't try to go for her throat. Like even though he was doing clearly all kinds of other savage shit behind the scenes, according to Drew, he's stealing her money and this, that, and the third. But we can't believe you because you going to the court suing people for $1,000. When she said that at that table, and I'm like, I thought this was gonna be like it's $25,000. It's $1,000, girl. Your red bottoms cost more than that. What are you talking about? Like I can't with Drew. She's who she is. He's just not genuine. You guys have anything else? Y'all, I feel like I'm missing somebody or a scene.
Okay, no, that was Candy's ex-fiance who died.
But that happened during the season.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else. Let's see. So what do y'all think about Shamia? Do y'all think, because I feel like Shamia is like I wouldn't say she's the breakout star, but I didn't
She's
really
a star.
I didn't, when they said they added her, I just was kind of like side-eyeing her only because I like Shamia. I just didn't like what she did to Eva so many seasons ago. So she always, to me, I always felt like you shady. But how could you not be? Your bestie is shady as well. So like that makes sense. But I never really liked her. However, I was just kind of like they're grasping at thought as straws to bring the friend of. I felt very much like when Nene told Marlo, why would they want you now? You've given them everything for free, basically. Why would they why would they give you a peach? So I kind of felt the same way about Shamia, but I didn't know Shamia. I knew she had gotten married to some guy. I didn't realize he was that wealthy. So it kind of makes sense. But when they started this season with her in the first episode, it melted my heart because I'm like, this is the type of housewife we need to see on Real Housewives. We need to see somebody who's going through some shit that's real personal, that the audience can really connect to, who also happens to be very wealthy and married to a very wealthy person, someone who's struggling with infertility, someone who has a child that had a whole bunch of health issues and concerns, things I knew nothing about. I'm sure people out there that are fans of her knew about these things, but in general, that to me, just whatever I didn't like about her before that, it went away. It was just kind of like, she's the type of housewife we need to see. She's cute, she got body, she got a whole ass, what is it, $9 million home with a damn theater and a train track thing. She got real, what appears to be, I'm gonna say this like this, appears to be wealth, because Simon appeared to be wealthy too, and I don't know that he really was actually wealthy. But what do you guys think about Shamila? Y'all think she's a good addition? You think she's gonna not be friends? You think she's good for the show? Not be friends with Porsha? What you think?
I think her and Portia's friendship is gonna get dented. Because they've been friends for so long, I don't think her and Portia friendship will get destroyed. But I do know that there's like, and it's already like the suspense has already happened with the whole her playing her song situation. But definitely I think that there's gonna be a deep dent put in their relationship, like that friendship.
You think deep enough for them to not find their way home?
No, I think they've been friends for too long. Like there's too much history there. Like they've been friends since like elementary, right?
I don't know if it was from elementary. I know they've been friends
At
for a
least
long
their teen years.
time.
At least their teenage years, like 13 or something like that.
Yeah, I think they met in middle school and they became like good friends in high school because their parents knew each other.
Oh. So somebody said to me, I don't know if it's true or not, but they were like, Shamia, I can't say that she came from money or wealth, but it seems like I never thought that Shamia had like, any type of, I don't think she ever talked about her parents or nothing like that to make me think, oh, she got it like that.
Her
They never
mama got money.
huh?
Her mama got money.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I didn't know. So I think she's good for the show. I really do. From the capacity that I spoke about, like all of the things that are real things going on in her life, I think she's good for the show for that. I don't know that. I don't know. I think her storyline's interesting, but I don't think she's interesting. You know?
So you saying she's not main girl energy? She's still a plus one? You saying it goes against her tagline, Chanel?
Yeah. Side status. Yeah. No,
Well,
go ahead.
I don't think their friendship is definitely going to take a hit, but I think it's already been in a few car accidents. Like, I don't think that this show may ride it off the cliff or something, but like it was already like riding hot. The check engine light was already on. I've been pulled over, triple A have been called, ambulance have been called. Like this ain't nothing new. They've been had issues in the past. So this show is just gonna highlight that and probably make it go deeper.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know. I felt like I think people feel like if you've been friends for all these years, you should try to make it work. Just like people think, oh, if y'all been married for all these years, y'all should try to make it work. I feel like longevity doesn't necessarily mean you should try to work it out. Specifically, if that person, if the relationship is not balanced, you giving everything and they taking, because that's what takers will do. Take. And givers, because they're givers, they're going to continue to give, and I think that I think people think they should stay in a toxic relationship or a leverage relationship in some capacity, no matter if it's detrimental to their own well-being anyway. If it works against their own best interest. Because to me, Shamia showed who she was. to me that she was kind of a rider, usually like from the beginning to the end, but mostly whenever freaking frat got together. You know what I'm saying? And I listen. I can't stand women like that where they go get a new man and now they in man land and they can't talk to you no more. But you've been their friend all this time. You don't get. And I'm not saying like in the sense of like. I feel like a lot of women, some women, I shouldn't say a lot of women, some women get a man and then they get ghost. And I feel like that's what happened with Porsha and Phaedra. She confided in Phaedra and then, but I still don't understand why she chose Phaedra over Shamia. But it is very perplexing to me because Phaedra is mean spirited. I like Phaedra though. Now that she's, maybe she's coming back, but I liked her on Married to Medicine. I know a lot of people was like, "Why is she here? All she does is give us, yeah, girl." I still like Phaedra over there, but she gave them girls the boot. She was like, "I ain't helping none of you hoes."
She called them a bunch of mean girls. She have now called them demons.
I know. Listen, I
Like,
think
you know what a demon is? That is like you calling all of them demons?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't think it warranted that, but I definitely do think they operate. I'm saying like
I
that.
liked when she was at the table though, and they was questioning her credibility of what she said about the $100,000. She said, "You think I'm gonna let some bitches like y'all stop me from doing what I'm gonna say I'm gonna do?" Quad saying, "What kind of bitches are we?"
And then
And then Jackie was like, "Oh, we just a bunch of bitches who went through med school."
yeah. Yeah. So we can't go into Married to Medicine, but damn it, Carmen, you didn't make me forget what the hell I was saying. We were talking about something on Atlanta. Who were we talking about on Atlanta before you
I
derailed
like
us?
Tay.
Shamia.
Oh, Shamia. So okay, so that's when I was like, Shamia's her real friend. Like it's like you can't see what you're doing to your friend, and it's again unprovoked. What did your friend do to you? And then Shamia said at the reunion, it was just kind of like, why are you so locked in with this chick? Like, and I still don't get it. Still to this day, I don't get it. I'm
Well,
like,
Porsha is a user.
yeah,
So although she had a real connection with Shamia, Phaedra was on the show, so she was a hotter topic. They keep them going. So I didn't like how she pushed Shamia to the side because, like you said, this for the cameras. In real life, Shamia gonna check on you. Shamia gonna make sure you good. Shamia got real wealth. Porsha got fake wealth in Bitcoin. I don't know, Gubati of dollars. I don't know what it is.
Radiance is a whole fool. I can't with her. But see, this is why I need you. This is why I need you on my panel more often, Miss Radiance. I know you're busy and booked and stuff like that. I get it. But your ass is crazy. And I love it. I'm here for every second of it. Yeah, I agree. I think it feels like to me, Portia is dripping in jealousy and envy with regard to Shamia. She can't be happy for her. Like, remember the episode of her, the first episode? Was it the first episode? Yeah, at the party, or maybe it was the second episode where the husband drove up with the Rolls Royce, and now you finally entering. Child. Like you do that shit with the other cast members. You don't do that shit with me. Like we real friends in real life. What are you doing? And then sidebar, did y'all see how the mama was like shading Shamia? She was just kind of like, what did she say? You can't trust or you have to consider the person that's giving you the message or something like that. She shaded Shamia. I was just like, I mama, but what I don't even understand that. I don't understand why are you shading this lady that is your daughter's bestie. But I think, listen, people gonna do what you allow, and just like Portia allowed Phaedra to say whatever she was saying about Candy and Shamia at that table that season, that Portia and Phaedra got. Well, they only kicked off Phaedra, but that season where they was insinuating, Candy some sort of pedophile or sexual assault or whatever it is. Like you sat over there and you were still locked in with that lady then. Like, why would you be locked in? You ignore your friend over here. So for her to be doing it again, to me, I feel like that's how you always felt about that girl. She was just around, And I also think Portia's that type of person that would probably make Shamia feel obligated to be her friend for the rest of life, because it's like, I put you on, kind of like how Mia attempted to do with what's that girl name on Potomac, Mia's bestie? I can't remember her damn name.
Jazz.
Is it Jack? No, I think it's like Jack. What is her name?
Jazz.
Her name is Jack on the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah, you talking about Mia's best friend / her gal?
Stop it, Carmen. That is not her real name, Carmen. Hold on, wait.
I don't know what her real name, but they call her Jazz.
Real Housewives of Potomac. What they call her, Carmen?
Jazz.
Where the hell is her name? I don't see her on there. Maybe because she's not a real Carmen. She ain't even on here, child.
Because she an extra.
Yeah, but I think that's how, I feel like that's the same type of relationship. It's where it's like, if it benefits me.
Jazzy.
What the hell is that girl's name? I'm gonna figure it out once I'm off this live. I'm telling y'all. But like, I don't know. I feel a type of way. And I feel like Shamia is going to get her heart broken by her bestie. And I feel like she's going to try to make her feel guilty if, she doesn't follow behind her like a little poodle. I think that's what Porsha's going to do. But I feel like this about Porsha. Until you do right by me, everything you think about going to feel. I feel like Porsha's getting her karma. Karma's balancing her on out. And it's so sad because it's like, girl, you're pretty. You got it going on. You're a celebrity somewhat.
Jacqueline Blake. That's her name.
Yeah. So they probably call her Jackie, not Jazzy. Okay. No. But thanks for finding it, Carmen. Yeah, I think she's just, I don't know. But back to Married to Medicine. Radiance. What do you think about Sweet Tea? If you still on here. Carmen, what you think about Sweet Tea while Radiance is coming back to the panel?
Oh, I like Sweet Tea. I just don't think I like her for the show. Like, but what I do like about her, the girl not dumb. She's not dumb, and she on the all that shit. Like, she knew, like, even though she tried to be cordial with Quad, like, Quad intentions was never pure. I don't give a damn how. Like, Quad almost had me sold in the beginning, but the more I watch, because that is my show.
Oh, really, Married to Medicine?
Yeah, that is my show. I like them old bitches over there with education. They like Sweet Tea. Mm-hmm. Not only that, Quad just hit her with that whole my ex-husband is great for you and you great for him. The same one that you inboxed with that lie talking about you gonna give him a baby knowing damn well you couldn't.
Ooh, yeah. She whacked.
Yeah, like, to me, like, this right here was the end of me liking Quad. And she used to be my favorite. And I'm just like, it's a million things you could have drug her for. Like, you could have punched her all kind of ways. Like, she got your scraps. You know what I'm saying? That's what you've been hitting her with all along. But then you go for her, basically her help. Like, I hope Sweet Tea get that man a baby. But I don't like him for her, to be honest. Like, I don't really care for him. He act like a little bitch to me.
He's a whole asshole narcissist. That's what
he act like a little bitch to me. And Sweet Tea, like, she was embarrassed, but she tried to hide it, and she couldn't hide it from me because I was embarrassed for her when they was on the trip, because your husband is freaking out on you because he really still in love with this woman. And he couldn't take her talking about she having sex with this fine ass motherfucking nigga named King 17 times a day, a week. Like, after you begged her for 2 years for sex.
I know.
And a baby. And she talking about she ready to bust it open and have a baby for you. And not only that, you sitting behind her.
Radiance that came back. Hold on. Radiance that came back. Go ahead, Carter. I'm listening.
Oh, she said Quad been that girl, ex Mariah. That part. Mariah, but I think Mariah wanted to fist fight her. Mariah wanted the fist fight.
Mariah said, I am not coming out of my chariot to throw tomatoes with you. That's low key what old girls, what Kenya said to the other girl. What she called her, Carmen, a peasant?
She called that girl a peasant.
And she is. And she is. And she is.
I would have hit her in her shit. Bitch, who the fuck? I mean, but to me, her reaction was so delayed. And it was like, why even react at this point? It was so delayed.
Who?
Like between the moment Kenya called her a peasant and the moment she actually started going off, I guess it took a minute to settle in. Like, this bitch called me a peasant. Like, bitch, use your royalty dollars, Miss USA, to go get your teeth fixed. Cause I'm finna knock all them hoes out.
Go ahead, Carmen.
Straight the fuck like. What Radiant said, love and hip hop has landed in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, goddamn me. Yeah.
I feel like it's too early to try to come for Queen Kenya. Queen has.
I love Kenya. No bullshit. I love Kenya. I love Kenya.
Hold on, wait.
I don't give a damn if it's my mama. Like, you're not finna call me no peasant. Not saying my mama gonna call me a peasant. But you're not calling me a peasant with no repercussions.
Well, I feel like Kenya has earned her crown. It has the jewels.
I'm not trying to call nobody no damn peasant.
Hold on. Brit got to earn her crown. She walk around with a tofu crown. And she ain't got no real crown yet. It's her first season.
Tofu crown.
Go ahead, Radiance.
I'm done.
Tofu crown. Hold on, wait.
Tofu.
Right.
Oh, she thought it was real deal Holyfield. It's tofu.
Right.
No.
So what do you think about Sweet Tea, Radiance?
I like Sweet Tea. I'm like y'all. I don't like Dr. G for her necessarily. I wish she would have married like a different man that came to the show. But Quad has a point. It may have been messy and unwomanly to say it, but like you jumped in his whole DM and manifested her life. Like you had Quad on a vision board. You want her job, her man, her house, her dick. You want everything. Like miss me with the stuff.
Nah, but no, too. I'm not. Like Radiance hit that point for me. Like I really do believe this girl knew beforehand when she inboxed that man that she was having problems trying to get a baby. I think she knew that.
Why do you think that?
How do you not know if you have endometriosis? There's signs. Like you get the pains, like you know.
But just because
all of a sudden you have like I think she knew.
But people have
I'm not saying it's a fact. It's just how I feel.
No, I get it, but you could still have a child even if you have endometriosis.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I believe she knew that it would, not be so easy for her already.
So I get it. It's like because when I saw that, what was it on Twitter or whatever the inbox was, I was just kind of like, it was giving to me. It gave Lindia. Like I was just like, girl, group.
Because the inbox was, I can give you what you want.
Yeah, and then she sent a little baby emoji and all that.
Yeah,
it's just it felt like the thirst is real, but I feel like this is my so I like Quad on the show. I think Quad should stay on the show. I'm not mad at her for clapping back, but I do think that you better be careful.
But she's glowing now.
But Quad,
Tea is glowing now. I'm not saying she's pregnant, but in the beginning of the show, she was like, I saw her as like more chunkier. Like she wasn't, to me, she looks more regular, and she's still the most regular looking person. Like I hate Contessa's boobs, no bullshit. But she's the more natural, normal looking woman on that show.
because she's
She
normal.
is, but she's also the youngest, but she looks older than her age, if you ask me.
You think so?
Like she look a little younger than him, but she don't look much younger than him in my eyes.
Mm.
Yeah, she look like she in her 40s. She a couple years younger than me, allegedly, but she look like she in her 40s.
Yeah, she looks older. Like she looks, yeah. Wait, cause I'm 33. How old is Sweetie?
Mm. Let's Google it,
I think
child.
Sweetie is a year younger or older than me.
She 34 or 35.
Yeah, she looked like she in her 40s. Like I'm not saying she looked like she in her 50s, 60s, but I give her 43.
So you're giving her, she's 1 year younger than me? Oh. Mm. Well, I don't know. I feel like I agree with y'all about how I really, this is my hope for Sweet Tea. I hope she gets off this show.
Man, Sweet Tea has a motive. Sweet Tea don't want that man.
I hope she gets off of this show. I hope that she divorces him. And I hope she can live
After
happily.
the baby.
I hope she can live happily ever after, because when from season one, I always felt like Quad. I never understood. I would always be like yelling at her through the screen, like, "What's so wrong with giving your husband a baby, or at least trying to give him a baby?" And this, that, and the third. He was, to me, a master at pretending that he's just this laid back guy, and the story always made it seem like Quad was this uncooperative, wanting to do all this other stuff. And he's just the guy just kind of going along, and all he's asking for is a baby. I do think he always wanted a baby, but I think he crafted his image to make it seem as though he's this innocent person who really is just asking his wife to do what normal people want to do, which is have kids and a family and all that. But when they were at that last reunion, when he left or whatever, and she told the real truth about how, like, I think did he body slam her or something like that? She said, I think allegedly.
Her.
And so then it was just kind of like, oh, okay, so you were showing America one person when you really a whole ass different person, and you got to really be almost like a sociopath to be able to be completely different, like a totally different individual in the world, and then a complete psychopath at home with your wife. It's like when they showed when they were at, I think they were still on that vacation or whatever they went to, and he was like, was it after they came back? When they came back and they were sitting at that table talking, and he was just talking to her stupid, and then she went upstairs, followed him, and he's still talking to her stupid. I was just like, in my mind, I was like, okay, I was rooting for y'all to maybe y'all could have a baby and a family and live happily ever after. But when he did that, I was just like, I just need sis to pack up and go on home. Like SpongeBob getting out that chair. He's like, all right, I'm out. Like, because he's going to gaslight her within an inch of her life. He's going to try to make that lady feel like, remember he said something like, I'm only going to give you 2 years to get pregnant. I was just like, you the one that sat up here and married me, brought me on the show because you wanted a baby, and now I only have 2. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, it's gaslighting. I can't with her. I mean, I can't.
But she watched the show. She seen who that man was, and no bullshit. Like I can see her. Like she said, they asked her, what was her bridal shower or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you looking forward to after, like, in marriage? And she was like, I get access to the money.
She did.
Like, I think she was saying it as a joke, but I seen straight through it. Like, I know you want that. Well, he's a psychiatrist, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, and he needs a psychiatrist like 3 times. Like, I don't know, but I think that's her motive. Like, but she already works for the government. I don't think people know that. Like, she got a job at home working for the government. I don't know what is that she does.
She told people, she went on a live. She told people, because I thought she didn't work either. I really thought she was that girl that was just like, oh, I just want to get on TV and I just want to, have fame and fortune and whatever else. Like you guys are saying, she just wanted what seemingly is, she was very, what's the right word? Calculated in her approach. I just didn't think that the guy that's a whole ass doctor would have fallen for that, because she can't be the first and only person that went into this man's DMs. She can't be. She just can't be. So I think,
But she's smart. She's also a manipulator. Like she clung to Contessa the moment she knew it was a problem with Heavenly. Like that friendship was not formed genuinely. I watched it. It wasn't. It may be genuine now because they both legit can't stand and want to fight Heavenly, like physically, put their hands on her. They both want to put powers on her.
I
And
don't,
like
I don't
what?
agree. I don't agree that she's manipulative. I'm not
I
saying
think
that
she
she's not.
is.
I'm not saying she's not. I just don't see that. I feel like the part where she got on the show, that part to me definitely was manipulative. It was because the first text or whatever it was she sent the message, that's manipulative. And she just didn't know that he was gonna hit her
I
back, you know.
don't I don't think she's in love with him. And to be honest, I don't think he's in love with her. I think I think it's like, some people, they have interest in each other, they like each other, they see benefits on both ends. Like, I think it's that kind of couple. Like, I don't think that's going to be a long marriage. I don't see a future for them because he shrank her.
Yeah.
Like, he shrinks her. And you can only live through that shit for so long. And she's smart. When I say that girl's smart, she not gonna deal with this. She gonna deal with that shit long enough to get what it is she came for.
But what is she getting? That's my thing. She ain't getting nothing. He treats her treacherously, in my opinion.
Like a
She gets
child.
she gets drugged for filth all across the internet and all across the United States. She gets drugged for filth and doesn't really have a ally on the show. She It's just kind of like, what's the benefit other than the money she's getting from the show? And I can almost guarantee you, he probably has tricked her into thinking, well, that needs to be our money for the house, and whatever. Because I think they pay them like a percentage, anyways. Usually the wives or whatever, they pay their partners come, like 10% or 15% or something like that. But I just have to say this, even though she is a grown woman and she should know better or whatever, I still think when people do walk down the aisle, they still are hoping that it works out. So I'm sure, huh?
I'm listening.
No, I think that I'm sure she probably thought one thing and then now she's in it and it's like, oh shit. Because I think for women, a lot of times, it's like when you do get married, even if you didn't marry for love, you don't want to have to go around and talk to everybody about why y'all got a divorce and why it didn't work out, whatever. So I think that she got in it for whatever the reasons were, and now she feels probably stuck there because the moment she files for divorce, if she's still on this show, all of the blogs and everybody's gonna tell her how stupid she was and this, that, and the third. I just feel like she doesn't really have a sincere friend on the show, which is why I think she tag team with Contessa. I like Dr. Contessa. I do. I know
I
Heavenly.
did. I think, and it's not that I don't like her. I don't know. So I'm kind of animated about her. And believe it or not, my favorite person is Heavenly.
Oh my God, I can't. Tell me why that is.
'Cause
Oh, that's
Heavenly,
that's saying a lot.
yeah, I like Heavenly because she gonna talk her shit. Only thing I don't like about Heavenly, she looked like she got scared and wanted to run from Contessa. I ain't
She
like that.
is there. What are you talking about? Of
Yeah,
course
she
she.
did run. She's
Yeah,
talking about security.
yeah. Security, come get her. Yeah.
Hmm.
What's perplexing to me about Heavenly, and I like Heavenly for the only for this reason, is because Heavenly understands her assignment. Her assignment is to be controversial, to say wild shit, to get people riled up, and then so she can say, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that." And then the moment after she says she's sorry, she's gonna do the same shit to you again. And these mofos continue because they all trying to get to the check, the same thing she's trying to get to. So it's kind of like on one hand, I'm kind of like, okay, Dr. Heavenly, I get it, but it's like I do think honestly, I do think she doesn't see the wrong in I feel like Heavenly's still at home. Like, why couldn't Tessa mad at me? They asked me a question. I answered the question. We understand. We understand that's what happened, but that doesn't mean just because it's your right to do something, don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if this is your true friend, this is your rider, the person y'all locked in like this, you should have just said, I'm not going to discuss my friend like that on this YouTube. But she wants to do it. And she wholeheartedly in her mind, just like the rest of the people that was watching the show, believes that her husband is abusive. I think we all can say, yeah, he is. I can't necessarily say he's physically, but mentally, 100%. I think he gaslights her. He wasn't supportive. The first season she was on there, she was like, I'm trying to go get my other whatever it is license. He didn't support that. He didn't want her to do none of that. So I don't have a problem with Dr. Contessa. Plus, my main reason is because she would go all the way in on Heavenly. But this ping pong back and forth where y'all act like y'all can be genuine friends again and y'all gonna work it out.
That bipolar shit.
But anyways, Radiance, what do you think of Dr. Heavenly? I don't know. I'm so curious to know.
She is the moving pawn. She will move the show along. She is the advertised villain.
She is.
She go too far sometimes, and she's a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, but good God, pull it in. Have some decorum like Phaedra. Please, like, good God.
You can't change a person who doesn't see a problem with their actions. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, Heavenly doesn't, as far as Heavenly is concerned, it doesn't matter that it's hurtful as long as it's right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter that I hurt you because I was telling the truth about you. So as far as
I got you.
Concerned, it don't matter. I didn't do nothing wrong. I still just told the truth about the husband.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you can't do that on national TV. What's wrong with you, sis? Like,
yeah, but she.
Hold on one second, Carmen. The biggest problem I have with Heavenly is Heavenly would scorch the earth if Contessa did that. The same thing she did today. Okay, scorching the whole fucking earth. She calling Bravo. We need to have an emergency meeting right now here because I'm about to go off. This is gonna be a first 48 case. That's how I feel about Heavenly. So how can you sit on this internet or wherever it was that she said it and drag this lady's husband when you know you would scorch the earth about yours? That's the part where I'm just like, miss me with that. And then that isn't the only thing. She also did the same thing about Dr. What's his name? The one we just talked about on like the older guy that Quad was married to. You did the same thing. You went on the internet on Twitter and said this man is a pedophile and the abuser and all this. You can't take that shit back. It's out there. Somebody clicked it. It's out there forever. So if he does have a child, now the child, I don't know. If he does have a child, now the child has to think, oh, was my daddy at this, that, and that? She goes way too far. And the problem with it is, outside of that, is that then they allow her to do it. People gas her up on the internet. I understand, Heavenly, you should, and then Bravo keeps giving her a check to do it. So what's her incentive to stop? She don't have no incentive to stop. If you keep egging on the bully, and letting the bully do what the fuck they want to do, and they just terrorizing the school, like, you know what I'm saying? Why would the bully stop? They don't have no reason to stop. She getting a check like she said. But anyway, go ahead, Carmen. What were you gonna say?
I don't think Heavenly said anything that we didn't already know. Like, people ask.
She said that lady husband's a pedophile.
Who did she call a pedophile?
Sweet Tea's husband. Sweet Tea's wife.
Oh yeah, she called him a pedophile because of the age gap.
You can't call a man a pedophile. You can't.
No, I'm not saying it's right, but we know she reckless at the mouth, and I'm not making an excuse for it. But how many people looked at him as a real pedophile by Heavenly saying that?
It doesn't matter. It is slander. This man has a whole ass business as a psychiatrist. When you put that out there about that man, now you are removing all of the clients he could have that are underage. When you do shit like that, it has real life ramifications.
No, I understand what you're saying, right? Okay. So here's the thing. Dr. G is on TV with this girl he just married who is young enough to be his child.
Okay.
Right? So
go ahead.
And her maturity level is not up there. She said that shit herself. Or she said something to the fact. Like, no, I'm not that strong. I'm not that mature. You know what I mean? Like, Sweet Tea ready to go to blows at any second. I think she'll drag any one of them hoes for any reason. She will. And I can see it.
She will be well within her rights because they try that lady every single episode.
And she from Texas. So she gonna put her boogie down. But I think that's what she was aiming towards. Calling him a pedophile was a reach, and it was below the belt. But I felt like I understood what she was saying, why she said it. I wouldn't want him to be my child psychiatrist anyway. But
so anyway. What do you think Heavenly would have done if Sweet Tea and or
Ain't nobody do to Heavenly what Heavenly do to nobody.
Period. I'm asking you, what do you think she would have said? She would have wanted that lady fired immediately. She would have wanted if Contessa went on a rampage and said this that daddy was a whole beater and this, that, and the third. She would have there would have been an emergency meeting in Bravo. You are not going to slander my husband. Like, we ain't doing that. I feel like you can't let people get away.
Did she say that though?
Did she say what?
She called him abusive, but she didn't say he abused her physically, did it? Did she?
If you say someone's abusive, people are going to fill in the blank. So
well,
it doesn't
be them filling in the blank
emotionally or physically. If you're saying that this man is abusive and really he comes across that way, I agree with Heavenly on that. I 100% agree that her husband is
all the millions of us who watch the show see that. Like, right. Even when she tried to break down and talk to him, like, she used all her energy to try to talk to him with all the patience that she had. Mm-hmm. And he straight up told her he don't got time for this shit. Like, and so
it's not the fact that Heavenly's right. We all could see that this man is abusive, in my opinion, to some degree. It's you, just because something is right and your right to do, you shouldn't do it. The problem that people have, I feel like, with Heavenly regarding that, even though you're right, this is supposedly your friend, your real life friend out for this show. So why are you?
I get it.
You can't do that and then expect and then be mad because, like, Jackie would never have let her. Why she ain't running around the earth talking about why is your husband?
Because me, Jackie, and Simone ain't finna play with her like that.
No, but why is Heavenly not running around the earth asking Dr. Jackie, why is it that you asked your husband in season 1 and 2 and whatever else that not your husband, he asked you why I need you to be around more and you ain't never here and you come home and you're charging, you're doing this, that, and the third. And then the moment you do everything he asked you to do, you lessen your hours, you're home more, you this, that, and the third, you move way out to the boondocks even when you didn't even want to. The moment you do that, then this nigga suddenly is all the way down in the Dominican Republic, honey, getting his whole life. He's in the Dominican Republic getting his life. And you, I hope my computer don't die, y'all. Look. But and we all know he was cheating on you a few seasons ago. So now you done permanently moved to the Dominican Republic and you only show up in scenes that include the men. You don't show up in any scenes with your wife until y'all go on the vacation. So why are you in the Dominican Republic? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm not even mad at Curtis. Do whatever Curtis wants to do because Jackie's going to allow him to do it. But what I'm saying is, if you got all this smoke for everybody else's husband, why you ain't saying nothing about this lady husband? Why you ain't saying nothing about all of the shit she said about women's health, black women and all that when the whole world was crucifying her? You didn't say one word, really. I mean, you said something.
I think that is the only person Heavenly have special love and respect for on that show. Like, genuinely. Like, I don't think, and I'm not saying she don't like Simone, but I think Heavenly's pick is Jackie. And what I don't think Heavenly realizes, she will never be viewed, like, she can never take Simone's spot when it comes to Jackie. And I think Heavenly thinks she could be that close to Jackie. She, like, that Jackie will never let that happen.
Mm-mm. Like, even Jackie even likes Heavenly. First of all, let's back up. I can't be your friend when the first season I stepped on this show, you over here telling me that I'm not a real doctor and that I'm fat and all the other things. This is like, she has attacked this lady from head to toe. She said, come talk to me when you need help on that. No, she said, I'll call you if I need help with an abscess. So basically, she don't give a shit about your credentials. She don't even think she thinks you're beneath her. It's the mismatched relationship. It makes no sense whatsoever. And yet she got this lady's back. So Heavenly has, for whatever reason, she has Dr. Jackie's back and this affinity towards her. I'm like, what the hell did Dr. Jackie do that to win your loyalty like this? It's just very bizarre. It doesn't make any sense. It's a better fit for Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie to be together, like as besties. And I think Simone hates it. I think Simone feels like this is some
Simone and Jackie, I'm sure, have discussed this behind closed doors, because I watched this shit happen. Like I watched Heavenly intentionally give Jackie all the respect in the world, and it did not start off that way.
Yeah, because Dr. Jackie told her the first season she was on there, you bitch, you fat, and you not an actual doctor. That's why. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, how do you suddenly, and I'm saying people can grow, right? People can get closer in relationships or whatever, but it's just the most mismatched relationship because Dr. Jackie puts on this thing, and I don't know, I think there is some level of her that is this, but she puts on this air of elegance and class, and I'm an actual medical doctor and I'm a professional and all that. And I ain't mad at that. But Dr. Heavenly is the complete opposite of that. She ain't putting on airs for nobody except maybe daddy. She might, maybe.
Phaedra said it. Phaedra said, Heavenly is Jackie's weapon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Radiance, what do you think about? I already know.
Well, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly sometimes. Because sometimes she's a doctor, sometimes she got another title according to Jackie. She's not a real doctor. She just do cosmetic teeth. It's not helping people. But she did free giveaways and everything the last couple of years. But we're just gonna deny all of that. But she's still not a real doctor since season 2. Okay, she might do a little real estate, but she's not an official doctor. But girl,
I love Radiance. She gonna take you out every single time.
so Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie have the most in common. They both have husbands that are unfaithful to them allegedly. That's what they got in common. They don't hide their real life from the TV. Although they are filming a reality show, it is so far from their true reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they bond over. Husbands that be in other ladies' panties, allegedly.
So let me ask you this. So do you believe those rumors about daddy?
Absolutely. 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 Dr. Contessa is not a liar. Mariah said all those seasons before exit, she got the receipts, baby girl. Do I need to pull out the receipts, baby girl? She didn't.
Listen, I'm campaigning. Let's bring Mariah ass back. Mariah will still get these bitches in order. Like, I wish she could come back, but she can't because she sued them, so I ain't she ain't come back. But yeah, Mariah.
Remind me, why was Mariah fired?
Because they kicked her off the show. They didn't like her, the girls.
I love her.
Majority rule. They said it came down to she can't be a cast member and a producer. She had to pick one. They say made her pick, and she said Dr. Jackie was behind it. Like all the girls gathered together, Quad and Dr. Jackie led the revolt.
Mm-hmm. And it's so savage because it's just kind of like this girl. Okay, so I do think Mariah probably did have this. I'm an executive producer, Eric, because I can see Mariah being like that. Like, bitch, no, I'm the executive. I brought you here. I could see her being that way, but I'm just like, this lady that made y'all whole millionaires and built a platform and brought it to you and said, hey, come be a part of it, and then y'all stab her in the back. It's just so slithery and snake like. That's why I could never have any real respect for Dr. Jackie. Dr. Simone probably the most, because like even with what Dr. Simone said to Quad last year at the reunion and all of that when she brought up her niece, passing away in the pool, like just to make a point, it's you're a savage. Like what person could even say that? Like I don't understand it. But that's the same type of thing that I think those are the same types of moves I think Dr. Jackie would make. She just would have Heavenly do it. Like she would have Heavenly do it because she know Heavenly would say it. But she went way below the belt. And I don't understand why either of them still sitting in the first seat, because isn't Dr. Simone's storyline that they still kicking their children out of the house after the kids are already out of the house? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's the storyline here? They don't have one. But I do like not Simone, her husband. I never liked him, not like in a malicious way. I just was like, he's weird to me. But now I like him because I feel like he gave Quad a chance and probably low-key behind the scene was always rooting for her. But Dr. Simone, She bothers my soul. Her and Dr. Jackie, they both bother my soul in the same exact way. And it's probably because I feel like they think they're above it. Dr. Jackie is a little more above it in her mind than Dr. Simone to me. But Dr. Simone is more, I think she's just more of a savage. Like she screams and yells. Sidebar, what do y'all think about the new lady and her husband that has to wear Louis Vuitton in every scene? What do y'all think about that? Where do y'all people?
Dr. Mimi.
Is it Mimi? Y'all think she gonna last?
She's a psychiatrist, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Carmen, you sound like you about to go to sleep, child. You need to be asleep. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I gotta go to work.
I don't know. Well, what do you think about her though? Before you go, you think they gonna last?
I think she'll last, but because she can doctor them, the group.
Mm.
But other than that, I don't see her being the type to let her business just like I don't think she's that kind. Like I don't think she's gonna ever be vulnerable to the cameras, her or her husband. I think they'll walk away.
Yeah.
Her and her husband, they pick me's. I
You
like them, but they pick me's. I think so
say that.
because I like them now, but they likable pick me's like Dr. Wendy on Platonic. And I love Dr. Wendy. She's my favorite, but she still pick me. Love her, gorgeous. Love her, pick me. Love her down, pick me. Every season, pick me. Giselle, please pick me. You know, she's still a pick me.
Oh, you so right though. You so right. I can't argue with the truth. She is.
But
What?
Dr. Mimi and her husband came on as Dr. G and Letitia's friends. How y'all ain't took their side, ain't blown no wind in their direction. Y'all all Quad and King. I respect King. King's a man. He approached it like a man. If you come at another man's woman, I'm gonna approach you because I'm a man. They ain't said nothing to support Mimi. I mean, Dr. G.
But I will give Dr. G this. I loved when he was sitting on I think they were sitting down on the stairs or something after that event that they had to come in at separate times or whatever. And Dr. G was like, so I think the guy asked, I think he's like, so are you gonna drop the suit or something he asked? And he was just like, I'm not gonna do this is how I'm gonna respond. I'm not gonna allow anybody to think that they could do that. I really like that. I was just like, yeah, Dr. G, because I feel away, but I think Dr. G is so fucking disrespectful. The fact that he said that to Quad on the beach with her husband or her new husband or whatever he is, boyfriend, and he told her, shut the fuck up, whatever he said to her, and he just wasn't willing to like apologize and just say, that's wrong. You get what you get. And I don't promote violence. I don't like violence whatsoever, but like, you really poking the bear. Like, why are you doing that? But to be fair, Quad was already poking. But Quad was real drunk. So I think that he should have just apologized and it would have gone away. But this is my issue with this guy. And I want to believe him. But there's so many situations where these people come on these shows and they pretend and they put on, they like, I got all this money, I got all this dough, I'm so rich and wealthy, and I wear Balenciaga and Gucci every day and all this kind of stuff, right? I'm hoping that man isn't a Simon Gubadia and we just haven't figured it out yet, or Quiet just hasn't figured it out yet. Because what I couldn't understand is like, okay, so he supposedly sells or whatever, procures really expensive cars like, you know, Range Rovers and, well, what is it, the Jeep, what did he rolled up with, a Rolls Royce truck or something, whatever it was he brought her. I'm like, is that just the rental car that he gets and he gave it to her as a gift, like it's not really in her name?
He took it back. Quiet and him is not together no more.
Stop it.
That company is being sued.
I don't believe this. Who's saying this? Carmen,
Yeah.
you trying to me up on my own show? What we doing? Is this truthful? Radiance, is this true?
I haven't researched it personally, but I did hear about it. But it's just like every African prince in Atlanta. They all.
I'm gonna send you the lawsuit. I'm gonna send you the law. No, she ain't lying. It's something like that, like some fraud shit. I'm gonna send you the lawsuit papers. Give me a minute.
That's what I listen. A mile away, I could just feel it in my spirit. There's something that it just doesn't add up to me. But y'all notice Shamia came right on out and she said, "Listen, episode 1, my husband's wealth comes from." She's like, let's not get it twisted. Before y'all start with the rumor mill, now my husband, he has contracts with the government with these airports, and so this is where we get his coins from. Okay, but I think for me, if this guy is a real deal, I would have thought that they would have had a scene where Quad met him at work in his showroom of, Ferraris and, Range Rovers and G Wagons and, fill in the blank. But that never happened. And that's why I was just kind of like, where did he get 400 grand from? Because listen, I don't have that type of money, nor do I have that type of car. So I don't even know what the note would be, like the car note. Like, I don't even, it's probably like 10 grand a month or something like that. And again, that you gotta have a hell of a lot of disposable income to be like, yep, I'm spending 10 grand a month on this car for my girlfriend. Like, that shit's crazy to me. What you think?
But Quad is trying to upstage everybody and prove herself and upstage Dr. G and Letitia. Now, I don't think she's jealous of Tisha, but like she want to upstage everybody. So he leased it for a week.
Stop!
You know what I'm saying? And got the company discount. He got the company discount. He knew the day that role what is this Married to Me was coming to film, and he politely propped it up. She want to come out. She told him how to do it because she's an actress. She came out and said, one of them was the sister circle, wasn't it? So then she said, "Oh, make sure you come and act like it's a surprise. I mean, like it's a birthday gift or a love gift or whatever it was." Miss me. People that got real wealth don't have to do all that. If you got new money, just say that. It's okay.
Because listen, I promise you, if my husband showed with a $500,000 car, I'm gonna call everybody I know, bitch, come through. I'm about to show y'all what my husband did. Because I ain't got that kind of money. So I certainly would be doing that. But I agree with you 1,000%. But to be fair, that's really what we want to see as viewers. We want, at least me, I watch reality TV of this type, like the Real Housewives, because I've always wanted to see what I've always wanted to see what the other side lives like. What it must mean to just walk into the store and drop 10 stacks on a Louis bag or whatever. I've always found that very interesting. But I have a hard time believing that he got it like that. Like, I hope he does, but I have a hard time believing that this man got it like that. Because why wouldn't he? This is a naming opportunity, as people that donate money or raise money. This is an opportunity to put your business on this show with your girlfriend, and you don't do that. It doesn't make any sense to me, because you got 4 million viewers every Sunday or whenever it comes on, and you don't take an opportunity to do that. That's the other reason I'm just kind of like, this shit doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But maybe it will later, child. Listen. So who else was on their show? Oh, Contessa. Listen, Contessa said square up, bitch. Love Contessa. She said square up, bitch. Like, I just feel like
she said square up, hoe.
Oh, is that what she said? Square up, hoe. So you got one up me. Okay, I said the wrong word. But okay, Carmen, do you think not Dr. G, what's his name? Daddy, whatever his heavenly husband, you think he got a baby running around here somewhere? Or he was cheating on her?
I plead the fifth.
What?
I don't want no smoke, man.
Well, listen, Mariah said he been, she said, what ratings? What she say? Mariah said I got receipts or something. What she say?
Do I need to show the receipts, baby girl?
Ratings. Yes, Lord. She said, do I need the receipts, baby girl?
Yeah, because her and Monique keep receipt books.
What Candace called it? She called it a thirst binder. I love Candace. I swear to God, I hope they bring Candace back. I swear to God, I hope they bring Candace back. I swear. I'm hoping, I'm praying that they bring her back. But I think they're gonna bring her back. I hope they bring her back. But yeah, I will say on the Potomac, I understand what you mean about Wendy. And I love Wendy too, but like I want her and her husband and they 3 kids to get off of reality TV immediately. Like, your husband has already done what he needed to do. He made his dent. Y'all making money. Supposedly, y'all making all these millions of dollars. just get off the show before they find something. And guess what? Black Twitter will find your ass. They will find every little thing. They will find you. So just get off of there. Y'all done done enough. But it is very perplexing to me that somehow Wendy found her way back to Giselle. But what did you say, ladies? Because she'll pick me, huh?
She'll pick me. Pick me's gonna always find they pickers.
Why do you want to be liked by a person who I don't understand why she wants to be liked by Giselle. I just, speaking of that, I'll talk to you in a minute. So what do you think about Karen and her 2-year sentence that they gave?
Well deserved. So shall it be. At first, I didn't want her to go, but this is her 4th DUI. See, we ain't have all the details.
Right.
Ma'am, you got enough money to have a personal driver.
A whole driver.
Why are you driving drunk? And then, according to Ashley, Blue Eyes was in the car, and she might not even been driving the car. But you're going to take a fall for a man that ain't your man? Bye, Karen. Bye, Karen.
And why in her drunken stupor when she was being filmed by the cops or whatever, and she's like, I'm the grand dame and I'm this, that, and the third. She's George Washington.
Concubine.
Take it. Jesus, Karen is such good TV. But
that's how you know reality TV has went to her head. She do need a moment. She do need a break. She need a break.
She said when she come back, she ain't gonna name herself Ladon. Lies, Karen. Why are you lying? She's lying. That is your whole brand, girl. Stop it. Like, knock it off. Stop it. So you're gonna stop selling your Ladon perfume at the local Macy's or Burlington? Where she said she sell? It's not Burlington. Where she sell? Oh my God. I mean her.
I don't know. I'm not Potomac girl. I don't know.
Lady, you don't watch Potomac? How dare you?
This the first season I watched fully.
Really?
This last one, yeah.
So, what do you think about the lady that was in a relationship with the guy that seems like he twirls for a living? What do you think about that?
Oh God, Stacy. I like Stacy, but she's coming off.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
She coming off a little counterfeit because she has some questionable moments. I like her because every housewife need a second season. So I think she just created enough drama around her to move her coins and move her storyline. I think it's genius. I like her. She's bubbly. She's fun.
Yeah, I agree.
She's educated. Yeah, I like her.
I was telling Carmen earlier. I get Katie Ross or whatever it was. I know you said you didn't watch the show before, but she's like a poised Katie Ross. Katie just had too much going on. She was thirsty for a man, and when she already had 2-3 kids, and she has something else going on up here, and then the alcohol or whatever what she was into. So I feel really bad for Katie, but I want to know how it is that Giselle, Wendy, and everybody else sitting on the couch is like they came for her at that reunion. Like they're like, you are a liar. Like that. I just didn't understand it. I'm like, what does she have to be lying? I didn't get why Giselle kept coming at her about that. And everybody kept saying, yeah. I'm like, what did Katie lie about? Exactly. It's weird. But I hope she comes back for another season because, like you said, she has a little bit of life to her that is different. But I love how she pulled out the. What did she tell on Karen? Who did she tell on that last day that before the reunion, that last episode? Was she into it? Oh yeah, because remember she said Karen told her that Wendy shouldn't be on the show and shouldn't be trusted or something like that. Oh, what the? I'm mad at her. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, they said that's what Karen do. That's what Giselle said. That's what Karen do with all the new housewives.
And what Giselle does is haze everybody.
Correct. They're playing their part.
They tag team. That's the tag team, and they, I believe, are never going to like go against each other to the white meat show. Meaning, they will go low and below the belt, and they have, but they're always going to be at the end of the day. We cool. We started this shit. We gonna end this shit. Like I feel like they have like that type of understanding. But yeah, they always gonna be like, I don't don't know. How do you feel about the Jackie lady? You think they should bring her back? Mia's bestie? What do you feel about Mia walking off the set? Hold on. At the reunion, did you watch that? Oh, you said you
I,
didn't.
I did. I watched it. Mia was being dramatic.
You think
You
so?
you knew who Gordon was the father. That baby looked just like Gordon. He probably was born with a briefcase. Stop. Like, we're not finna do that. We're not finna do it. Everything's a moment for Mia. Everything.
But listen, I think Mia is excellent reality TV. I think she is reality TV gold because she don't do nothing but lie all the damn time and swear that she's a boss bitch. And everybody knows that you're not. I'm just like, and then why the hell are you dating somebody 4 inches short?
Mr. Ink that need the soapbox. A step ladder.
Right.
Talking about the ink is permanent.
Girl. But you know what? She a real life pimp. You got your husband at home, and your husband is okay with you fucking this dude. Like,
Yes.
listen.
She's a true pimpette. Yes.
Oh my god, you are so fucking hilarious. I love it. I love it. You think they're gonna bring Candace back? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Once she's had a couple of years with the baby and
No,
she's done.
bring her back next season. I really believe it. Yeah.
Well, they probably gonna need her now that Karen may not be, around.
Exactly. I think they're gonna need her, and Candace is good for the show because Candace is gonna drag you by your edges all the way down to her house, like she's in the confessional. She's just gonna read these people they right. I love Candace. I never felt like a lot of people couldn't stand Candace. They didn't like her because they felt like whatever. And a lot of people were cheering that Monique, was fighting her and all that. I never was on that. I just was kind of like, Candace is spicy, but she ain't no more spicy than the rest of these. She just can gather them better. They all go a little bit. They all say shit that they shouldn't say. But I don't know. I like Candace, and I like her because more so too because they always attack that lady about her wealth and this that, and the third. And that's a black. I shouldn't speak for all black people, but I feel like that's that toxic conditioning where it's like you need to kick your kids out at 12. I mean, after 12th grade, you need to let them go out there and rip it. Why the hell would I have my child going out there and rip it? Why do you need to have a struggle life because you and your grandma had a struggle life? I just think that's so stupid. But that's I feel like our community does that a lot because if the roles were reversed, and this was the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, nobody would tell Kyle, you need to let your children just struggle and they need to do this. Like nobody would try to talk down to Kyle or Mauricio because they give their kids all this stuff. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't. But Candace get her mom and them having wealth and giving it to her. It's just kind of like, whoa, why is this a problem? When all of y'all are sitting on this couch, supposedly because y'all got rich husbands. But it's wrong for Candace to have a rich mom and dad. Like, it's just stupid to me. Like,
right, it's the crab in the barrel mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I like it. Well, girl, I'm gonna head out because I got to go to work in the morning too. Gotta get up.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yes, Chanel, aka Nikki G. Yes.
Yeah, I need you to come back by my show next time.
Okay, I will.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
So yeah, guys, hit the like button. I gotta go to bed too because I'm moving back into my house. Well, I'm in my house now, but I still got other stuff to get together and gather. But I'm moving back into my house, and we have a lot of vendors coming tomorrow to deliver more things, and it's just like it's a lot going on. So I need to gather my life and go to bed too, just like Radiance and Carmen. But shout out to Radiance and Carmen for coming through. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Everybody, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Shout out to all of my subscribers. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to the replay crew. Shout out to J Dub. Is it J Dub that was in my chat? I love him. It's not J Dub. It's A Dub. Sorry, A Dub and Marcus, my boo from the Drip Show. I'm gonna go to bed. You guys have a good night, and I guess have a great day tomorrow when you go to work. Bye. Whoop, let me hit the end button. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. Bye, guys.